and get sorted. Before I do, how is everybody? Everyone good? Everyone on a good day?
Alright.
Good.
I'm
Good.
currently having a salad, and I put some hot sauce on it. I tried just a drop of it, and I'm contemplating cutting my tongue off.
What
So,
hot sauce did you put on?
Excellent.
extreme habanero.
Okay.
So Kaiman both won't be talking this session and will be making frequent trips to the bathroom.
It's alright. He only really makes guttural noises anyway, so it won't be much different, will it?
It's like if I can't answer, just assume this is my reaction to most situations.
Can you still say bonk?
I'll say bonk in sign language and just bonk people.
Just fist bump the screen.
It's a shame Rashak's not a fire-breathing dragon, because I was going to say if we fight him, surely Ryan would get resistance.
I mean, he would, to be fair, because Kaiman already has resistance to fire damage.
There's a joke about him ingesting fire sauce, but that's okay.
It's fine.
Start the session!
All right, gentlemen. We're going in. 3, 2, 1. Gentlemen, hello, and welcome back to this episode of Dungeons and Dragons. Not only is this an episode of Dungeons and Dragons, but as of this second campaign, it's the 100th session. It's Dungeons and Dragons. So 100 sessions ago, you all went to a random ass fort in the middle of nowhere. A massive tower sprung up into existence, and you fought a knight that looked like a crow. But it's been a long time since then. Wars have been waged and won. Priests have been let go, puzzles solved, bad guys killed. And here we are, upon the high seas, where all good adventures begin. But we're not in the beginning of an adventure, we're in the middle of one. And last we left off in this adventure, we began with some Oramis antics, as usual, as he ran back to Arctothorn the Everfrost, the great white dragon, or at least his body, to collect one of its eyes, for reasons that most people are still unsure of. Hercule Fuddlerock, your Duragar friend you met in the Underdark, then spoke to you about his purpose and how he had found his purpose in protecting these halfling people. He asked if you minded if he would stay with them whilst you head off on your adventures, as he had some plans for them and their town. As you set sail, Oramis asked Felix to encase a gem within an eye. Kaiman collapsed to sleep, and Gylndan opened the lockbox he found in the tavern, found many notes and letters. One of them seemed to be a letter about updating the cultists of Dawnport on the cult's progress in finding the artifact he seemed to so eagerly desire. Another seemed to be some riddle or puzzle, a piece of paper, the words "The spark of her divine light will guide your way home" written on it, which, when solved, seemed to depict a map of the SIlverhold island. And finally, there was lots of notes and papers that seemed to be a cipher written many, many years ago. The divination wizard Nasir asked one of the inquisitors you took on to help him solve it. The next day you solved the cipher, and the puzzle on the other sheet of paper, finding instructions to bury the eye and someone named the Whispered One. Glory to the Whispered One. None of you seem to know that name, but maybe a little bit more research and thinking in the next couple of days might shed some things to light. The next day, or later that day rather, 2 sea elves arose from the water and asked for your help. You learned that the male sea elf is a prince of the sea elf empire beneath the waters, and the other was his sister named General Nemaya, who also couldn't speak. Seemed she was mute. It seemed they had been captured some months ago by sahuagin, or sahuagin, and have been taken prisoner. But they have recently escaped with payment of 2 pearl earrings from the prince. They asked if they could, or she asked if they could stay aboard your ship overnight to rest and hide from the sahuagin that might be coming after them, because also the prince had been impaled with a crossbow and was in no position to travel. If you completed this task, they would ensure the Sea Elven Empire would know of your good deeds, and your ship would be spared and protected by them on the waters. Throughout the rest of the day, you all sort of handled your own business. Felix worked on Aramis' project, as well as a small project of his own, using the Fabricate spell. Kaiman worked on his armor, but sadly wasn't able to complete a full day's worth of it as he found it difficult working on the sea. Gylndan teleported to the north to take his elephant on a walk. And he also spoke to Albers about Rashak, learning some useful information of some of Rashak's abilities. And finally, Oramis decided to look into a small library of books curated by the previous captains, but sadly he couldn't really find much. We pick up the session as the sky starts becoming a sort of beautiful purpley red color as the sun lowers towards the horizon. Gylndan, you've returned and you've heard a message in your mind from the wizard Nasia that says, "I hear your group defeated Arctithon. Moraine has trained you well. Tell me, how is she these days?" You have 25 words. In the future, I'm not going to let you have a week to prep for something
Ben,
like this.
It means
but
nothing because I haven't prepped anything.
fantastic.
Okay, 25 words. Hello there. That's a good 2 words.
Hello there.
What is your purpose? Perhaps we could be on the same side. Solved your riddle, by the way. Is that 25?
That's 20. You got 5 left.
You
Easy
massive
claps.
dumbass.
Easy claps.
No, I think what Glenn would actually say is that solved your riddle, by the way. Not overly hard.
Not overly hard. All right. He replies back. That is exactly what I wanted to hear. Could we talk? Me and your motley crew.
Is that it?
That is it. But he's replied to the sending spell, so you can reply in turn.
Name a time and a place. Nothing, no extras. Just us.
Alright. Here is where shit gets interesting.
He's just teleported. He's just in the hold. He just popped out. Wasn't actually the message spell. I've just been whispering through a cabin wall.
Alright. Because he is going to try something. He needs that and he needs that now. He's just going to do it. Oh, why does it keep changing my fucking thing to Yahoo? No one likes Yahoo. Right. Right, okay. Okay. That would make it easier. Okay. So you say name a time and a place.
Yeah,
And there is
no,
a silence.
No extras, just us.
No extras. Just us. You mean just us as in just you and him? Or
He can
the
take
garden?
it however he wants. I'm bringing my explosive squad with me, but he comes alone. Whoops. Taking a page out of my friend Oramis's book, you got to leave a little bit to the imagination. Don't, be a bit free, a bit elusive.
Okay. Okay. He's going to then say, go somewhere private. And whatever happens, allow me into your mind. I will see you in a few minutes.
Is it still the same day?
Yes, it's still the same day.
Okay. kind of want to wait till tomorrow morning so I can get my spell slots back. It's the same day. So that was another message spell, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I have things to do tonight, tomorrow morning, at first light.
Okay. I would like. Okay. So you send that. There is no reply. I would like everyone to roll me a d20.
So I don't like stuff like this because you don't know if low or high is good. Like I'm chuffed that I got a 19, but that might be terrible.
I'm bang average. Story of my life.
Oramis, gang.
Can
Right. So. That's very interesting. So, if you just role play amongst yourselves a second, I just need to check on something.
Oramis, I have made you your eye. Here it is.
Aha! Thank you. Much appreciated.
You're
Wise
welcome.
visit.
Was this just like a commemorative thing, you know, with the dragon eye, or is this for someone else?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes, I would. That's why I asked you the question.
Okay.
Well, not only is it a beautiful piece of, artwork, it may or may not have potential magical benefits.
Excellent.
What benefits are there where you're gonna have to lug this eye into the middle of combat?
Imagine getting hit in the face.
It is now like the size of
jewel-encrusted
like a
eye.
golf ball or something, isn't it? Or like a tennis ball or something like that.
Yeah,
Rather than being like the size of
you
a...
shrunk it down, so it's now like that big.
Oh, it's
sort of thing.
portable. Just imagine like Luke, like Captain Jack Sparrow, just running through the battlefield holding a chest, but it's actually an eye. Oh, I'm waiting for the opportune moment
I got
to
a
use
jar
it.
of dirt. I got a jar of dirt. And guess what's
mean-
inside it? It's a fucking dragon eye.
You could put the eye like on a belt buckle.
Oh, hello.
The buckle of like a bandolier
Still
on a
don't
brace
count
of
your
pistols.
Okay. Oramis and Felix. You guys sort of spend some time this evening. Obviously, you've just done these things. I'd be interested to. Can you guys roll me? Can you both roll me another d20?
Oh.
Oh, it's almost a complete reversal.
Okay. I'd be interested to know what you guys are thinking about. What you guys how you guys are feeling right now, your emotional state, what you guys are thinking as the sun just sort of begins to set. It's a little while since Gylndan's conversation now. Nearly about an hour. Well, actually, it'd be a couple of hours. So actually, it'd be probably fully night now.
Ben, I'd just like
Yeah,
to
I'd be
throw
interested.
out, if any of those were saving throws, I have advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws against magic.
Roll me 2 more d20 then.
Just because I'm madly terrified. A 2? And another 2! Fucking hell!
That's
Yeah,
really
so
good,
I'd be interested to know what you guys are thinking about this evening.
Aramis as
I'd be
captain,
interested
would
to
you like to
know.
go first?
Yeah, sure. I mean, Oramis, he's pretty chill. He's got his bejazzled eye. He's just thinking about the course, plotting the course. Sailing as captain. That's kind of a little bit important. And
Yeah, sort of thinking
sure-
about how close you are, how long you've been on this journey, sort of thing. Yeah,
Are we going the right direction? That's always a good one as well.
yeah. I mean, you're pretty sure you're going on the right direction. Who's your navigator on your ship?
Good question. Let's
Pick someone on your ship. Pick anyone on your ship,
let me
and call them the navigator.
All right.
But
Will
While you're doing that, Felix, I'd be interested to know what you're thinking this evening.
So I've spent the day sort of like working on a few projects, which is quite interesting. Probably slowly turning my mind to the next one, which will probably be something I'm working on is my pistol. But also I know Kaiman's been trying to work on some armor, working with like actual dragon scales and stuff like that. Which, if I remember rightly, I didn't do a very good check when I was trying to like get stuff from the dragon myself. So I might want to spend some time with him to see if I can learn a little bit from another blacksmith, but also possibly just contemplating my family, trying to stave off the like ever-rising gnawing worry that something bad's going to have happened to them. Probably trying to ignore those thoughts with work.
Okay. Yeah, interesting. So you guys are, thinking these things as you do this evening. And it's a little while sort of after you're thinking them that you suddenly just feel like, wait, someone was looking at me. Was someone just reading my mind? Like you felt like a presence in your mind disappear. You didn't even realize it was there, but now that it's gone, you're suddenly aware that it was almost like you were being watched. Not you being watched, but your thoughts were being watched. That worry you maybe had as like a little kid, like someone's reading my mind, like, and so that happens. And then
if that happens, I want to immediately like jump up and essentially go and find the most powerful wizard that I know, which is Gylndan, and be like, "What the fuck's going on, Gylndan? I think someone was in my head." Oramis, something weird is going on in your ship. Someone was in my head.
Oh, I felt like that too.
And I've sent a photo in the chat of the dice I rolled for him to be able to do this. As you guys are sort of thinking this, you're up on the deck. You're up on the deck. You're sort of wondering about this sort of thing.
Oh well, that's not good. Everything's frozen for me.
And suddenly, as this light disappears, there standing is a human man in long, flowing red robe, sort of layered, a tattoo of an eye on his forehead, and tattoos, a very, very realistic tattoo of an eye on his forehead, many tattoos going down behind his bald head. There's a long staff, a large book by his side, and the tip of his staff is glowing very, very brightly. Your crew are immediately shocked, and you hear many, many people just like pulling, like reaching for swords and all sorts of stuff. To which you just hear him go, yes, where is the wizard Gylndan Althor?
Who's asking?
Oh, you recognize this man. This is Nasir, the divination wizard you spoke with before and fought against before.
Who recognizes him, sorry?
Pretty much any of you guys if you're on the deck.
I assume we would be on the deck talking about this.
Yeah, most of you would be sort of, like the sun's like just gone down, lamps are being put on. You guys are sort of having this conversation as the sort of night, like quote unquote night crew of the ship are being set up. You guys are just doing, having your final chats and stuff for the day when he suddenly appears in the middle of the deck. As the crew sort of draw their swords and things like that, he just stands, Any of you touch a weapon? Well, you don't really want to find out what happens, do you? And his staff glows just that bit brighter. And suddenly your crew just immediately look to all of you. What would you guys like to do in response to this?
I'm definitely pulling some weapons. Someone was just poking around in my head, and then this wizard we fought before is turning up. Yeah, that's.
I'm just letting an eldritch blast crackle in my fingers.
I'll move forward and say, I am Gylndan Althor. As you know, we've met before. Seem to remember trapping you quite easily.
And I seem to remember escaping quite easily. Not
touche.
really a trap, more just giving me a means to escape. Wouldn't you say?
I seem to remember you running like a coward, but there we go.
Gylndan. You think yourself very clever, don't you? You know, I am a wizard too. I know what I have some things to do this evening, we'll speak tomorrow means.
Well, you came here to talk.
I
Do you have
did.
anything to say?
Yes, who's the captain of this, well, I guess you could call it a ship. Looks more like a pleasure boat. Gold sails.
How dare you?
Joyce.
He's in your head magically and rent free as well.
This is
You
my
look-
ship.
Ah. Well then, Captain, is there a place where we might go and it might be a little more private, would you say?
We don't need privacy here.
Okay. If you say so. Gylndan, we spoke about maybe working together a little bit. I am interested in your proposal, so long as we come to some agreements, shall we say.
Well, the most important question to open with is, are you in league with Rashak? Because that's a bit of a deal killer for us.
For now I am. Don't worry, I'm not a part of his silly little cult. No, that's oh god, no, that's crazy talk. Rashak for me is just a means to an end, I guess you could say.
Okay. What is your end?
My end is what is buried beneath the SIlverhold castle. Which, if you've solved the riddle by now, you may know a thing or two about. There are many ciphers, I've solved some of them. A lot of things alluding to an eye. Tell me, have you heard of Vecna? Did Moraine teach you such dark things?
Didn't I do a history check last session I knew of him?
You knew of him, but you knew there was a very dark mage called Vecna once upon a time, but that was about it.
I'm vaguely aware of that monstrosity.
Well, he was a mage that ascended to godhood many years ago. Many years ago. Thousands. He was defeated, and all that was left of him was his eye and his hand. Now, I have spent a lot of my life, at least the last 10 years or so, in search of both these items. I know where one is, I know where the hand is, and it is locked up tight. But the eye, I know where that is. And that's where Rashak came in, and those funny little halflings. And he looks towards some of your crew, who are the halflings, who you hired from Dawnport, and he just sort of gives them a giggle. He says, yes, they thought they could, well, let's just say some of his followers, after he died, collected his eye and hid it away, very conveniently in the island beneath the SIlverhold. Spent many years searching for that information. With Rashak's forces and his help, I should be able to get it. And then with that, I should be able to get the hand, and then, well, then I can fulfill my destiny. And I can help fulfill yours. I know you, Guardians. You want to defeat Tiamat, this evil goddess, yada, yada, yada. Yes, that's fine. I don't care about Rashak. I only care about the eye. And the hand. Can you help me?
I say we slit his throat and throw him into the sea.
Isn't it funny when the little people talk? Although I remember I remember you being a lot bigger the last time you spoke. The last time. The grown-ups are talking. Little gnome.
Wow.
Can I look to Oramis and ask if just Nasir and I can go to his cabin?
As long as you take care of business.
You're so fucking unsubtle.
The wonderful Gylndan Althor needs to ask permission. Here's a secret, Gylndan. One they won't tell you at your fancy little school in the capital. Wizards should not have to ask permission for anything. That's why we're wizards. That's why we put in all these years of practice and perfection. We should not need to ask permission for things.
I find it interesting that you think our discipline separates us from being human.
Well, of course it does. Points over to one of your crew members and says, "You, what is the most impressive thing that you think you can possibly do?" And the man sort of stumbles for well, let me tell you, I can see the future, see the past, and I can stop time. What can you do? Or you, or you, or you, and he starts pointing around to the many people in the crew. A lot of the crew are getting very frustrated at this, but he looks back at you and he says, "We are different than regular people. We are not human. Not you and I. We are so, so much more."
Let's go talk. And I'll go to Oramis' cabin with Nasir.
Excellent. And he steps off. As you go into Oramis' cabin, there are two ocean
Oh
elves
shit! I forgot about that.
sat there. As they sort of step inside. As you step inside, you see the two of them. Ah! They're hitching up with the sea elves and their little squabble. Out, you two. General Nemaya sort of like stands up and looks at Nasir, and then looks towards you as if like a sort of look, as if to say, "Is he cool? He looks like an asshole," sort of thing.
I'll just do like a sort of reassuring hand, like it's okay.
Okay. She turns around, sort of places a hand on her brother's sort of shoulder, and he does wake up. He says, "Oh, where? Oh, sorry." And he gets up and slowly, very meagerly exits. And you are left in Ormus's sort of large war room. It's a fairly large room. It takes up sort of, if you imagine from where the mast is here, backwards. So like where the mast is at the very back of the ship, pretty much takes up that space back. There's a sort of like round table in the center, windows at the back. On the wall on one side is like a painting of the ship, of this ship, and on the other side there is a map of Ambyr, pretty well drawn. And the painting of the ship as well also like includes the gold sails and things like that. You imagine it's sort of like a magical painting where each new captain will get a fancy painting like that. And also at the very end of the thing is a large sort of traditional captain's desk where actually the captain would sit for his regular duties. And Nasir steps in,
Can
door shuts.
I follow and wait outside?
Yeah? Okay. Are you trying to be stealthy about that, or are you literally just...
No, I think I'm
stepping
just
up?
going to follow.
Yeah. So you follow. You see the sea elf sort of step out, and the prince sort of like looks at you like, is is there anywhere we can go for now? Was there? I don't know who they are, but I am. What should we do?
I think there was still some food in a galley. I think Frank still had some stuff. So if you're hungry, go see Frank and he'll sort you out.
General Maya gives a nod. The prince says thank you, and they step away. Gylndan, you are inside the room with Nasir, and he seems to sort of stand there, almost leaning on his staff playfully, staring at you. It's kind of weird. He does seem very, for such a serious character when you last met him, he does seem a little more playful and joyful now. Interested, I guess you could say.
He's had a hit of a bong, I reckon.
Maybe.
Loosened him right up. So I'll sort of turn around and just sort of get straight to business and ask him, what support can you offer us in our battle against Rashak? Because the price you've named is unbelievably high. So you have to offer something great for me to even consider this.
Well, when it comes down to it, when you face Rashak, which you undoubtedly will, all he has spoken about is how he's going to kill all of you. I will be there, on your side. Not only will I be there, but I could be there, pretending to be on his side. And then, just when he thinks he's winning, I turn around and disintegrate him. We disintegrate him together. We defeat the mighty Black Prophet in front of all of his minions, and his cult finally realizes, this is just another cult. Nothing more than a fleeting fantasy.
And once that's done, you'll find the eye, take it, and leave.
So long as you let me.
Can I insight check him on that?
Yeah, sure. Roll insight.
He must be telling the truth.
Yeah, he's being very, very irregular from what you've seen of him and heard of him before. And yeah, it's putting you off a little bit. It's kind of difficult. It's very, very difficult to read in this moment. Like I said, he's being fairly playful, so it's hard to sort of tell if he's lying, if he's joking with you, or if he's genuinely telling the truth. So I guess whatever you think, really.
Okay.
Yeah, JJ.
Can I just try and listen in on this through the door or anything like that?
Yeah, sure. Make a perception check.
Sweet. Cool. I'm really glad I've rolled 5 times and rolled 3 2s tonight.
Yeah, you're having a little bit of a hard time. The rocking of the boat, the wind's picking up a little bit this evening as well, and the sort of boat is creaking quite loudly.
Are there
also get the
any
sense that
small
Nasir is
gaps, like any rat runs or anything like that, that a small creature might be able to squeeze through into the room?
not into here. This
Not in this
ship
ship,
is
thank you
very,
very
very
much.
finely crafted, and yeah, you get the sense that obviously the fine craftsmanship of the magic that holds it all together. Yeah, you get the sense you're not really going to be able to. You can't see any at the minute.
No, fair enough. Fair enough. I
Essentially.
just wanted to ask.
But yes, Gylndan, you've made your insight check. You can't quite tell.
What lies in wait for us at the SIlverhold?
Many, many people. Actually, before I tell you any of this, I need some reassurances from your side. I'm still on the fence about whether I'm going to help you or not. I need to know that I can trust you. I mean, you've trained for Moraine, so I know that at heart you're probably a snake. But, yes, I need to know that I can take you on your word. That as soon as we defeat Rashak, you're not going to turn around and try and kill me. But you're going to let me leave with what I want to leave with.
If you help us in the manner that you say you will, I'll make sure you leave with the eye.
Are you being deceitful
I'm being
at
truthful.
all?
I'm being truthful.
You're being truthful. All right, he's going to roll an inside check either way. Oh, yeah, that's okay. He sort of looks at you, He smiles, says, Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. I will tell you what potentially awaits for you. And maybe I'll feed you some information as I get it. You are still, as far as your friend Oramis was in his mind, I think he thought you were about 2 days away. A lot can change in 2 days. But for now, you are, of course, running into a trap. He has goaded you here. He knows you're coming. You've killed many other of his priest people, whatever they are. He knows you're coming after him. He has lots of forces awaiting you. But Rashak himself is so preoccupied with this artifact that it would seem he is distracted. And his forces, though there are many of them, they are disorganized. Something like that could, taking advantage of that could work in your favor. He spends most of his time down in the mines watching and lording over the people that dig down there, ensuring they are doing a good job, and he is very close. In the next day or so, he'll be through. And then it's just about going in and searching through whatever is down there to find the artifact.
Is that his goal as well, the eye?
Yes, it seems that Vecna, in his day, was a god of secrets, and is one of the very few beings that knows how to get to his goddess, Tiamat. He seeks the eye, and he has alluded to the fact that someone he is allied with seeks the hand. They'll put them together, revive Vecna, and ask Vecna how to free Tiamat. But the difference between him and me is he then wishes to simply not let Vecna out. They will trick the god of secrets. Me, I have other uses for the god.
Your advice would be to strike before our ship arrives.
My advice for you would be, if you wanted to take out this cultist, they are currently unorganized. He has not spoken to them in a little while, not in any militaristic fashion anyway. They should be easily dealt with. You should be able to get down into the mine and corner him down there fairly easily. He will at the very least not be waiting for you. I mean, he will be waiting for you, but his mind is fractured between waiting for you and wanting to kill you, and wanting to please his goddess. He is very devoted and very powerful. Someone like me could very much help you.
Is there a teleportation circle at the tower?
Sadly, no. I have not been at the tower long enough to set one up. But I mean, if your ship got in close enough to be able to see the island, I'm sure you could be able to teleport there.
How much can you teleport around in a day? Could you come and collect us?
Maybe. It depends. I'm risking a lot coming to see you right now. When Russia gets through, he'll want me by his side to help go through the ancient ruins that are down there hiding the eye. Vecna's followers, they built a whole temple for him down there. I think. I know. And I know how to get through it. Or at least I think I know how to get through it. he will want me by his side. So I probably won't be able to get you towards the island. No. Get you to the island, no. But I could make sure he is suitably distracted so that your arrival is easier. I could maybe help change up some guard patterns to make sure that it is easier at specific times for you to get to him. And I could help with his demise. Maybe.
I don't like the maybe. We're dealing in certainties here.
Well, I still am just not quite sure on whether I trust you or not. I mean, don't get me wrong, you seem very, very eager to, I don't know, to defeat this Rashak, but I need some certainties. Let me think.
If we're ready to go tomorrow, you can come and pick us up in the morning. You said it would take another day before he breaks through.
Something like that.
You can pick us up in the morning. We'll be ready to go. You can drop us off at a secluded part of the island, and then you can go back to him.
Maybe. But then I do also actually want to get down there. And his cultists, his prisoners, are the ones that are digging the way down. I do actually want to see it opened.
Yeah, if we go early enough, you should be able to see it opened. You've got time to get down there and see it opened and get us there.
Interesting.
Those are my terms.
Very, very interesting. So you want to head down there. You want me to come pick you up tomorrow morning?
Mm-hmm.
Go down there. And then tomorrow morning, that will not be enough time to reroute guards on the way to... You see, the mine is very heavily guarded, seeing as he has goaded you down there. He's awaiting your arrival at any
You must know
moment.
some places you could take us that are secluded.
I mean, it is a mine. It is a straight line down a big lift and then down a long shaft
I'm
towards
talking
where
about
the
outside the
rubble
island,
is.
on the island itself.
Oh, so you want to wait on the island then?
Yeah, and then you can go from where you drop us off, and we'll go down later and attack.
See, now that could work. And then you could say, get this ship and have it sail near there, and that could divert some of their forces. They do have some ships waiting for you as well. I should probably warn you about that. None as big as this, no. I do not think he was expecting a ship quite this big. But they still could prove some trouble. Maybe your ship could cause some chaos, divert some of his troops. Yes.
What's your ship called, Oramis? Sorry?
The Vengeance.
If I know anything about the Vengeance, it's that it's always good in a scrap.
All right. Fine. I like the sound of this plan. Now, do I also have your assurance that what is his name? Oramis and Felix? Are they going to be okay with this plan?
Yeah, they listen to me. That noise you just heard from the deck, that was nothing.
on that note, seeing as I can't hear anything, I would like to message Oramis during this and say, what are we doing? I don't trust this guy. I don't think we should let him leave.
Yeah, I'll say, so you've messaged that, Oramis and co. So Oramis, Kaiman, even Mazzy too, even Vaishal's up there sort of looking around thinking what's meant to be happening here. What are you all doing? What are you guys all doing on the deck?
I will message. Can I message back?
Yes, you get 25 words on a message spell.
No, you can. It's like just like one sentence, I believe, on a message spell.
Is it one sentence?
Yeah, it doesn't say 25 words or anything like that.
So your point thing was you can cast spells
Or like a message. But I'll say that's like one sentence.
the target hears the
message.
message and can reply.
Yeah.
I'll say.
But also I can just do it over and over again because it's message.
Yeah.
I'll say like, let's watch him. We'll question Gylndan later.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I don't agree, but if the general consensus is we'll let him go, then we'll let him go.
Nasir turns towards you now, Gylndan. He's been mulling this over for maybe about a minute, and there's this awkward sort of minute silence where he turns around and starts just pacing up and down the room. And you can see, it's kind of weird, you can see his eye, his sort of forehead tattoo eye, almost like faintly glowing as he's thinking, almost like just pulsing, almost like a heartbeat's pulse, like zoom, 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 but very, very lightly. And he does eventually turn back to you and say, okay, I think this sounds like a good plan. So long as you can keep your people in line, I think this sounds like a good plan. Tomorrow, bright and early, first light, I think I do know a place that you could go. Yes, I have some ideas. All right. See you tomorrow morning then, Mr. Althor. And just as a precaution, I would like to just know one thing from you.
Mm-hmm.
Just one little thing. Where is Moraine?
Couldn't possibly tell you. You know her. She travels where the wind blows.
Where did you last see her? This is my part of the deal. I want to know where she is.
Last time I saw her was Lone Hill.
I'm trying to think, was the last time you saw her in Lone Hill? I think you did see her in the capital.
Yeah, what of it?
All right, I'd like a deception check then, please.
I'm so good at these. Oh,
He looks at you and smiles and says, "The thing about us wizards is we're smart enough to know when we're being played. Tell me where she is. Or no deal."
she's in the capital.
Excellent. So you can be sure then, now that I know where she is, you play me, you double-cross me. Well, don't be surprised if you show up on SIlverhold Island with her head on a pike. She's used divination magics well to keep away from me. And I've searched for her for many years. Thank you, Gylndan. Dare I say, this has actually been a beneficial... Oh, Jesus Christ, Ryan. Dare I say, this has actually been a beneficial talk. Wow. I thought this would include a lot more action. All right. Thank you very much. And with a quick wave of his staff, Nasir disappears. As he casts the teleport spell, there's a flash of light in an otherwise very dimly lit room.
Can I see if that comes from his staff?
You roll me an Arcana check.
I'll use my divination roll, so I'll roll 23.
Okay, let me just look something up a second.
Also, Ben neatly sidestepping the opportunity of anything to happen to this NPC.
What was your roll in the end then? Sorry,
23.
23. Yeah, looking at this very, very brief glimpse, you do get the sense that his staff does hold a fair bit of power. As how do I word this in sort of D&D terms? In D&D terms, you get the sense that yes, he uses his staff to cast teleport, not him casting teleport.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, that is what you glean. Cool. The evening is yours to do what you wish. It's now about sort of like 9 o'clock in the evening. Gylndan, you're stood now in this room alone. For the rest of you on the deck of the ship, Nathan then comes like scurrying up and is like, "Has anyone seen Gylndan? I was just going to ask him a quick question about something I found in this book before bed."
I believe he's selling his soul.
Okay, I'm just going to need... We've seen some weird shit in the past couple of days. I'm going to need to know if that's actually true or not. I mean, I've had some weird teachers, but...
Speaking as a warlock, it very may well be.
Ah! Okay. I'll, you know what? Can you just tell him I'll be in my room and I have a question to ask him. Oh, dear God. And he walks downstairs. But yeah, Gylndan, you're stood in this room alone.
Can you get out of my room?
As soon as he goes, I'll come up to the deck.
Okay.
Yeah.
Felix, come with me. Mazzy, you two. We're just gonna walk past Gylndan. We're
Okay.
gonna have our own little chat.
Are you bringing anyone else along, like Vaishal or anyone, or just Felix and Kaiman? Are you bringing Kaiman along as well?
Kaiman, you can come. Might need you for bonking, and nothing to do with the fact we're going to my room.
Yeah. So Gylndan, you come out, and then you just see like a group of, all of your friends walk very silently and very angrily towards the room you've just left. They very quickly hurry in and shut the door before you can.
Okay.
Oh no! Unless you'd like to try and stop them, of course. I'll leave this to you guys.
No, I'll leave it.
Okay. Carmen.
Is Nathan going in for a meeting or?
No, Nathan's gone back downstairs.
Okay, I'll go find Nathan.
Yeah, his question was to do with like a spell. He's trying to learn he's trying to figure out a new cantrip or whatever, and he's trying to get your advice on it. Yeah, like he's trying to learn like the light cantrip. Now it's dark out, and he's trying to figure out how to do that without accidentally sending like the light spell flying into the ceiling and burning things. Simple stuff. So, the rest of you, you're in the captain's quarters. What would you like to discuss?
I don't know what just went down. I didn't like it.
I don't trust that wizard.
Me either.
We fought together, bro. We bled together.
I don't know why Gylndan wanted to talk to him on his own. Maybe we can ask Gylndan what they talked about.
I think we should call Gylndan. I've got this really good idea, and I think it will really intimidate him. Felix, can I ask you first? How did you find coming into my dark room last night?
I mean, it was a bit weird.
I want that bit just cropped without any context.
Good.
It was a bit weird, but I don't really know you that well, so I just kind of assumed it was normal for you.
I'm just trying out a new thing. I think we should have an intervention. We call Gylndan in here and demand that he tell us what he's spoken about, and then we can see what we do. But I don't trust that wizard. Right now, I don't trust either of those wizards. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so I'm just going to set this up. We're going to be in the room, totally dark. I'm sat at the desk. These guys are standing behind. Maybe Felix is probably standing in front because he's quite small.
On a bus, I'm standing on the desk,
You're sitting next to me on a stool,
standing on a box.
and it's all dark apart from candles just underneath each one of us, so our faces are glowing in the pitch black room.
Okay.
And
Simon, what are you doing? What are you doing in this very dark room?
I just have to be,
There's a candle nearby if you want it.
I'm just
Simon.
like,
Cameron's just awkwardly stood there.
I was just enjoying the vibes.
Kyman's like, this isn't really my fight. I don't know why I'm here.
it's just like, I'm just tagging along. You guys seem like it's I don't really have any plans, so.
I was like, well, I've got myself into a situation, and now we're on a boat, so guess I'll see where this goes.
I don't even remember how I got on this boat. I just went somewhere. So, yeah, just having fun, team.
Team.
All right. Yeah, for sake of brevity, Gylndan, you're called back in, and yeah, you appear in a very dark room. Only a few candles, sort of like
Four
lit.
candles, one for each of us.
Four candles, very ominously lit. Mazzy at this point as like the same as you guys. He's just sort of awkwardly leaning up against the thing and just sort of giving you a look as if to say this was not my idea.
Can we roll intimidation for him walking in on this?
Sure. Yeah. Sure. Go ahead. Roll an intimidation.
Oh, really good, really good. with advantage.
I mean,
so much.
yeah. I mean, I think it's like Gylndan. Obviously, you step into this room, and this is just Oramis being Oramis. It's just he's being a little bit dramatic. But yeah, you step into the room. What would you all like to do?
Gylndan, Althor, what did you discuss with that evil wizard?
Don't want to go any further with these theatrics, so could someone put some more candles on, please? Put some candles on. Could someone light some more candles, please?
There's a cost of living crisis, don't you know?
Not with the way you live the rest of your life on the ship.
I'm the captain. I decide how many candles are lit.
We leave tomorrow to take on that ship.
What deal did you make with that devil?
We didn't talk about the Eye of Vecna on the deck, did we? That was all. Or he might have mentioned it.
He said Vecna.
Yeah. He did. Yeah, he did say Vecna, and he did mention the eye. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what he wants. And he's offered help.
What is it?
And you're willing to give that to him?
To a degree, yeah.
What does that mean, to a degree? This doesn't really sound like a thing that is shared. You get it on the weekends and I'll have it Monday to Friday.
But what's done is done.
What is done,
We
though?
leave tomorrow. Make
What?
sure you're ready, and I'm going to leave.
No. No, I'm going to try and stop him. If he literally tries to leave, I'm going to try and get in his way and stop him leaving, because there is no way I'm walking into a situation like this when I don't know what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, sure. You're a small guy. You're a gnome, so you can easily sort of maneuver your way across. I'll just say roll an athletics check. And Gylndan, you can either roll an athletics or acrobatics check to sort of get past.
I'm not going to try and push past him. If he gets in my way, I'll just stop.
Okay.
Hold person, anyone?
Pardon?
Hold person?
I haven't got
that spell.
I haven't got that, and it seems extreme in the circumstances. I just want to block the door and just be like, no.
So I'll.
What,
okay, if you want
what's
to know,
going on? Yes. Because
tomorrow,
you're just telling us we're leaving.
yeah.
We're all currently on the ship sailing there, so what's changed?
The time constraints are not in our favour. Nasir reckons they'll be inside and find what they're looking for tomorrow, and we can't have him finding that because he will be the object he covets is massively powerful. So we're another 2 days away, Oramis, would you estimate?
Yeah, I'd say so.
So we need to move tomorrow while he's distracted. It's the best opportunity to defeat Rashek.
And you're going to take us there tomorrow, like you did with the tower.
No. That'll be Nasir will come and collect us and deposit us somewhere on the island, and we will move in from there.
How do we know it's not a trick?
And Mazzy opens up and says, so he's going to have all the control as to where he plots us, like right in Rashak's lap, for example.
Yes, to a degree, but I believe he wants this. This is a holy grail item for a wizard. I believe he's sincere because he's arrogant enough to want the eye, and he would betray his own employer to get that.
So we're just supposed to take your word that you take his word that he's being truthful about the fact that he'll just bring us in somewhere safe.
The way I see it is we had to go tomorrow, and we could have gone in on my resources or his, and we're going in on his now.
Okay, who else thinks this sounds insane?
Me?
Yeah, Mazzy awkwardly sort of puts a hand up and is like, the last time we trusted an evil wizard, Doc ended up giving him the handshake of death down in the Underdark. Because it was that weird thing.
Or the Illithrid.
No, the Drix, that's it. Drix, that. Yeah. Remember him? He said he was helping us. He said he was going to help us, and then he decided he wanted to take over the world with his Mind Flayer buddies.
And did you believe him?
Well, yeah. That's why we killed him.
Okay.
I'm just going to mutter under my breath. That was pretty dope.
Which bit? Sorry, out of character. Which bit do you think is dope? The killing of the wizard, or the wizard being evil?
Killing of the wizard.
Okay.
The evil wizard.
Thank
The
you.
handshake of death.
Handshake of death. So, what if this guy does the same thing? What if we help him, and then he's like, oh yeah, by the way, with this eye, I'm gonna like take over the world or some shit.
Yeah, you still haven't explained this. You'll let him have it, sort of thing. If this thing is as dangerous as you say, it doesn't really sound like it's something that anyone should be having.
There are eyes and ears in all the walls.
Okay, that's nonsense.
So trust me.
No,
And
I don't
tomorrow
trust
we
you at
make
the
our
moment.
way.
I don't trust you at the moment. Stop talking gibberish and give me a straight answer. Or you're...
I've given you the basics of it. Our window is tomorrow, and if I go there depleted, I don't have an exit strategy. The way we go at the moment, I have an exit strategy.
I'd like everyone to make me a perception check.
I'm feeling pretty wisdomous.
Perception, I can't find you.
One for Mazzy as well.
Right. One from Mazzy as well. Yeah, perfect. 18. Yeah. You're about to say this, Felix, when you stop. As you hear something. Something outside the boat. Something beneath the boat.
Fuck.
Almost like something climbing. It's like this noise as if something going...
Oh, we'll talk about this later.
Sahuagin.
We'll talk about this later. Something's climbing the
Something
outside of this
slowly
ship.
I don't like the
rising
sound of
up,
that.
sort of going from the front of the boat, and then lots of small things. And yeah, you're very, very perceptive in this moment. You hear things sort of moving on the side, and then suddenly the sounds of just swords being unleashed from scabbards, and then your crew just and then being stopped briefly.
Let's go.
What would you all like to do?
Sprint out.
Take off running. While I'm running, I want to send a message to the sea elves, is what they're called, and warn them that we're being boarded and to hide and defend themselves.
Okay. Their reply were just like, "Okay, thank you. We'll be in the hold."
I'm sending 2 guards to them still. They had the guards on the door before.
Yeah.
Those guys. Sending to watch over them.
Okay.
Make my way to the deck.
So your 2 guards just sort of rush, like they go outside to rush downstairs, but then you guys are sort of making your way to the deck, but then you just hear this booming voice: "Everyone shall remain where they are." And you see, stood on the other side of the ship, so all around you right now are maybe about half a dozen sahuagin, about sort of 6 of them. On the other side of, and they're all sort of like, climbed up the side of the ship. They have swords unsheathed, and one of them has Mason by the neck, a sword like knife, like pressed up to his neck. You remember he was sort of like, during all this chaos and everything, he was tying one of the tying off something at the side of the boat, right on the side of the boat. So that's sort of where they've got him. And you see at the other end of the boat, right on the sort of bow at the front, this massive creature. It is at least sort of 20 feet wide and about sort of 6 to 7 feet tall. This huge gargantuan crab. This massive creature with barnacles growing all over it. It's got this sort of thick shell, sort of like a classic bright red color. You can see one of its pincers is this large, almost bludgeoning type thing. Like it's not it. I said large. It's big, but not as big as its other. And you can see the pincers themselves almost have serrated edges on the inside, as if it's meant for grabbing. But the other pincer is is absolutely huge, and it's almost like this massive pair of scissors. And stood atop this figure, this massive crab, is a human, or like a humanoid individual. His skin is a very pale green, like a very, very pale green color. He wears this large, almost like obnoxious leather belt, lots of straps of leather going around, with this large, almost octopus-like sort of what do you call it, like belt buckle in the middle, and then sort of trailing down from his belt to his feet are just lots of almost ribbons of kelp and netting and all sorts of stuff. Just lots and lots and lots of them. He doesn't wear anything on his chest. You can see his sort of pale skin. It's almost slimy. Like at first you just think, oh, it's just the water, and then you can see something dripping down, and it's a bit thicker than water, almost like thick sweat or brine or something. His head, he's hairless, completely hairless, bald, and the only other pieces of clothing he has are these 2 fairly simple braces and this large, again, very obnoxious golden medallion around his neck. Very, very big thing, with a sort of blue gem in the center, with this large golden circle thing on a golden chain with a blue gem in the middle. He has a staff in one hand as well, this just like long, straight, wood, like gnarled, rotting wood staff with barnacles and stuff all over it. And he looks to all of you and says, "Might I please get your attention? My apologies for the intrusion. You do not have to worry. I am a priest of the Kraken. These are my friends. We are the forces of the sahuagin, particularly of the prison of the sahuagin. I am the warden, and you may call me as such, warden." Right. Jesus Christ. He looks sort of to you all. Now, it seems in the past couple of days some prisoners, very high profile prisoners, have gone missing from our prison. We have tried to track them but failed. And we were thinking maybe they, irregular as it would be, came to the surface and boarded a ship, stowed away on a ship just like yours. Now, we are not saying you are of guilt. We're not saying you are hiding them intentionally. But these are skilled individuals, very stealthy, known to use illusion magics. Maybe they're hid away. Might I just ask for a moment of your time while some of my men search your ship with our specialized skills in finding such creatures?
There's no one on this ship apart from you that doesn't belong here.
Oh, what a line.
I take as you're the only one who has spoken. You are the captain. Now, this, of course, I understand. And all of this must look rather threatening to you. And the crab just sort of, and it just like chitters, and it makes this weird sort of like its stomach makes this weird like burbling noise. And all the sahuagin just sort of like grin and smile with their horrible, horrible teeth. Sahuagin, for you, Ryan, are basically fish people. They are like humanoids with these green fishy scales. They're each wielding like scimitars or spears. They are, very, very nasty buggers.
Sort of
like
committed
wide
There was a bit of
genocide
mouths. Character arc a little while ago where we murdered an awful lot of them.
Yeah, you guys killed a lot of them.
I don't remember killing that many. It was only like a boatload.
I'd argue we didn't kill enough.
I mean, you killed 2 boats full of them, and then the ones down in the dungeon.
Hold on, which page is it?
Um,
Ryan, they look like that.
Yeah.
Good on a Barbie.
Except not all of them have. None of the ones here have 4 arms.
When
these are just the 2 armed.
They have no
warriors.
they're just biceps.
When they-
Biceps and then hands.
They're just straight from the shoulder. They've got their arms are the normal length. It's just they don't bend.
Can you guys hear this? Did you hear that?
No.
Oh, damn. Well, I've got a recording of crocodile growl. So when the crab makes its whatever the hell, then they just Kaima's just drooling.
Can you find crocodile stomach growl by any chance?
Yeah. It just said growl. Stomach growl didn't work. Apparently they don't. No one's recorded that.
What a shame, eh? Yes. So this individual sort of looks at the rest of you. I know we do not look the most appetizing to you, land creatures,
Apart from Kaima.
but trust me, you, whatever they may have told you, or whatever you may believe of elves, you are wrong in this case. Sea elves are a special breed of murdering, conquering psychopaths. They've killed many of our people, very unjustified.
Absolutely.
We would like these 2 individuals. They are a prince and a general of the Sea Elf army, and trust me, you will be paid handsomely. He reaches back and pulls out this bag. And he pulls out this silver pearl, and he says, "This silver pearl, as far as I'm aware, will sell for around 200 gold in your markets. There is 1 pearl for every member of this crew. 2 pearls for the officers." Slowly drops the pearl back into the bag, and you can see every one of your crew are staring at it extremely intently. "This would set men like you up for life.
Certainly. And I always look after my crew.
Well then,
Okay.
looking out for your crew, you would allow me to send my men down to search. Even just searching, even just for searching, your men will get one of these pearls each.
Can I just
Has he
say
got?
that if you're going to look around this boat, we'd like you to, we're being quite peaceful here. Can you let our crew go, please? I think we're being very cooperative.
Oh, I'm about to not be.
Yes.
cooperative.
Yes, but of course. He says these words, and the sahuagin sort of looks at him and then almost like grumbles, removes the blade from his throat and very forcefully pushes Mason forward. Mason sort of falls to his knees briefly, but slowly gets up. And all the sahuagin almost back off from your crew. They all take a step.
Do they?
Is he holding?
Good question. Yeah.
Is he holding the bag of?
In his hands right now, yes, he is holding.
Cool.
He is holding the bag.
Excellent. Fantastic. I will thank him for treating my crew with courtesy, and I will let him know that he is not searching my ship, and I'll use lightning lure to try and grab the bag of pearls.
Oh, okay. All right. I guess no one was really because everyone.
I suppose I could have used charm person.
You could have tried with charm person.
Persuasion.
Yeah. Damn it! Perfect time.
So.
I mean,
Take it
it's
back.
not too late, right?
They've all stepped back. You've said this, and then you immediately go for the lightning lure. Now, lightning lure traditionally, because it is lightning. Lightning is very unpredictable. It is crackling lightning. It's very hard to try and to try and accurately hit a precise target. That's why it generally targets creatures. So I'm going to say you can make me a charisma check. So this is a spell casting check to try and see if you can control this lightning, lightning whip essentially enough to grab a very precise thing as a small bag of pearls.
Apologies, boys.
It's alright. You
I
got great
believe.
charisma.
Diplomacy may have been the way, but
I really wanted to hit something.
Swords may open their stomachs.
Yeah, you lightning lure this bag, you grab it, you pull it towards you, but this is a very small, very basic bag, like a hempen bag. So as you pull it towards you, all these pearls just go all over the ship's deck. They're pulled back, like most of them are still in the bag, and you can catch it easily enough, and I'd say at least half of them are still there. But the rest of them just all of a sudden go all across the floor. Many of your crew immediately reach down to grab, like they're split between
Absolute
reaching down to
morons.
grab them or being like shit it's on, as immediately this priestly individual looks at you and goes,
I mean, I guess this is probably an open sign of aggression roll initiative rather than, oh, Oramis has done something, can I now do something?
I would say
surprise round.
depending on what you're doing.
I mean, I'm
Like-
just starting to fight basically, so it's.
Oh, okay, yeah. This would definitely be initiative, as he sort of, that bag's been pulled. You're looking to do something. Your crew are looking to grab things. You just search the ship and kill anyone who tries to stop you.
Can I command all of my crew to get in, basically get into the hold?
Yeah,
Partly to protect them from the sahuagin, but also partly to protect the sea elves.
yeah. Alrighty. Cool. In which case, that is going to be initiative, please. And Oramis, can you roll me an initiative for your crew as well? So just like go onto the ship statistics and roll it for your crew.
Luke, you finally rolled a good
Oh,
initiative.
thank God. Watch the crew get a 1. Oh, they got -2 initiative. Oh,
That's the ship, though, isn't it? That has -2 initiative. That's the dragon.
Oh,
that is
yeah,
the
the
ship.
ship has -2 initiative. All
do you
right,
want me to
well,
just
I'll
roll a
say-
straight 20?
I mean, your crew are generally based on like the statistics. Like your regular crew are based on the statistics of like a regular bandit. So I'm gonna say
Bandit's
you
got,
rolled a
like,
5 instead of
+2.
-2, add 2, so that's 7. Your crew have a 7 initiative.
Oh, well, they're better than Glyndon.
They are indeed better than
Stephen
Glyndon.
volunteered.
And
Glyndon's
I'll move you
tired
guys
after all his negotiating and lying.
Intelligent.
over to this map. And I'll say, if I shall, was somewhere over here.
Oh, that's a banging crab.
But the rest
That's
of
a
you
nice crap.
are somewhere over here. Nathan's not here yet. Kaiman.
Guessing
You're here
this
as
is
well.
crew. This is my crew, right?
Yes,
The
that
humans.
is your crew.
The humans
Those
are crew.
essentially the humans there are the crew that can potentially be lost in this fight, and the members of your crew that are stubborn enough to try and stay on the deck and help you fight. They're like, no, captain's in trouble. Captain's
names.
outnumbered. We're staying up and helping. The rest of your crew will follow your lead.
Frank, leave Mason alone.
Mason is going down there. This guy way up here with the little shield symbol is Frank.
Oh, take that.
Just as a little
Luke
symbolizer.
suddenly shifts his priorities.
Righty then. So
Deck's covered in lots of pearls. Trip hazard.
deck is actually, I will say, yeah, deck is suddenly covered in lots of
Oh,
pearls.
Ryan, don't give the man idea.
Crew, you mean meat bags? Each death is one of the
thought-
And this
I thought
is
you
why
could
Kaiman doesn't
do
have a
that.
crew.
Well, obviously this isn't Kaiman's thoughts, but I thought Oramis might appreciate it.
You've had 3 apprentice blacksmiths. You just eat.
Not that I
Alright,
want to
so
stop,
first
but it
up-
has just got ticked over 9. If we want to take a break before we kick off combat, would
Good.
that be
Uh,
a good time?
yeah,
to move on?
Yeah, good idea. I'll get all the initiatives written up and get the battle map sorted. And yeah, we'll come back to some lovely bit of combat.
Sounds good.
Alright,
crab murder
so we're
time.
gonna do this combat. We're gonna do this combat similar to how we've done before. So it's gonna go, your turn, their turn, your turn, their turn, your turn, their turn, just to keep things interesting. And because there's a lot of enemies, I'm gonna change this guy from red. I didn't realize I put him as red, and I'm gonna put him as pink. I can put him as pink. Alrighty, Oramis. So we're back. Big crab, sahuagin aplenty, and a priest of some kind. Oramis, what would you like to do as you are first up in this initiative?
I'm going to turn to my comrades
Comrades.
around me and say, "You wanted to know what the eye was for?" I'm just going to hold it up, and I'm going to cast Shadow of Moil.
Alrighty. Yeah. So you hold the eye up, you cast Shadow of Moil. All of a sudden, it says flame-like shadows wreath your body, but I'm thinking because of your pact, it's more like almost wave-like shadows. Almost like sort of like basically like pitch black, almost water waves just start sort of wreathing around your body, causing you to become heavily obscured. To others, the shadows turn dim light within 10 feet of you to darkness, bright light in the same area to dim light. Spell ends, you have resistance to radiant damage. In addition, whenever a creature within 10 feet of you hits you with an attack, the shadows lash out, averaging 2d8 necrotic damage.
Does that give people disadvantage on like ranged attacks?
All attacks have disadvantage against me because
Yes.
I'm obscured.
And anyone who has not got dark vision within 10 feet of you also has disadvantage on ranged attacks. Or anything like that. So currently, like for Gylndan and Mazzy, Felix, Kaiman, do you have dark vision? Can't remember.
I feel like lizardfolk
Ryan?
would.
I feel like they. Can't remember. Ryan, do you have dark vision?
I think you're on mute, right?
You're
Can't
on
hear
mute.
you.
I don't think so. Where would I see that? Over here.
I don't think you do either. Lizardfolk traits. Hold breath, hungry jaws, natural armor, swim speed. No, you do not have dark vision. Fantastic. Cool. So yeah, all of a sudden things just get kind of like, well, everything is already like pretty dark around the ship. I'm going to say there are enough torches on and stuff for you to be able to see fine. And the moon, you rolled like clear skies for the day, so there's literally just the moon, no clouds or anything above you. So yeah, it was well lit enough, and then all of a sudden everything around you just starts going a little darker as Oramis casts the spell as a bonus action. You still have your action. Oh no, that's your action
That's
to
my action.
cast it. Any bonus actions? Any movement?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Hang on, miscounted. 10. 30. That's it.
Cool. I forgot to roll for Vishal. Oh no, I didn't. He's right there. All right. Cool.
It's pretty fucking cool. The thing you use for that is an undead dragon's eye. Well, not undead dragon's eye. A dead dragon's eye that you murdered yourself. That's quite cool.
I thought nice little bit of flavour.
Yeah.
That is nice. If my computer could not be an absolute bitch right now. Right. First up, we have the Kraken Priest, who is going to, I think, cast. Maybe he'll cast this.
Oh, I need to remember things.
Scroll around. Yeah, square. Cool. So yeah, he is going to look down on you, and he holds up his staff. And actually on his first turn he's going to do this. He's going to use his bonus action to just sort of shout out. And he says, "The voice of the Kraken will speak through me, you fools." And he sort of almost touches his neck like this. And he opens his mouth and it's all of a sudden just... and it's just this horrifying combination of sounds. And I'm going to need everyone to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Is this against magic?
This is against magic.
Can I do anything about that?
You should have Indomitable.
Do I have Indomitable?
No, you don't. You're only a 5th level fucking
What level?
wizard. No, not wizard. Dude.
I'm in the zone.
Oh, I'm more in the zone.
Nice. I'll just roll quickly for Mazzy. Mazzy is not in the zone. Vaishal is very much in the zone.
Nathan, after all.
Nathan.
Yeah, Indomitable's
Actually, yeah, it's an audible thing, so Nathan does have to roll. He's not quite up on the ship yet. I mean, as far as Nathan's aware, there was just big sounds on the ship, and now the sounds of people rushing around, people rushing downstairs.
Right downstairs.
So I don't know if you want to. I don't know. Do you think Nathan would want to come upstairs in this situation and help, or do you think he would just?
Getting more confident. He fought well in that last fight, so.
Yeah?
I think he would. Yeah, but I mean,
Alright.
he's gonna immediately shit himself.
Roll me a quick athletics check for Nathan then.
Oh, another thing.
This is to see how quickly he sort of sprints up and makes it to you. Not very quickly. He will make it not next round, but the round after.
Okay.
As he's sort of trying to push past people, like, oh, excuse me, pardon me, sorry. Oh, actually, yeah, you guys go through. No, sorry. Excuse me, got it. Get up. Cool. So that will be Felix. You have failed. Everyone else has passed except for Mazzy. Vaishal passed, and your crew actually. I'm just going to roll a blanket one for most of your crew, which was a 9, but a natural 20 for Frank. So Frank's fine. The rest of your crew. So anyone who failed that is now frightened of the Kraken Priest for 1 minute. You may make a saving throw at the end of your turn. And then as his action, he's going to sort of like raise his, let go, place his hands on his staff, and he just points down towards just beyond the mast. And his staff, almost like these like horrible black tentacles come out the end. He says, and you begin to watch as from the ground these horrible black tentacles begin to sprout from the ground in an area within reach. So that's going to be a rectangle, and that's going to be 20 foot square. So I'm going to say that goes about there. Get all of you nicely in it.
Horrific.
Brian Draper. You devil you. Cool. So that's going to be his turn. Next up is Vaishal, and Vaishal looks at this thing and goes, "Oh, we're killing." Like he looks
Vaishal
over
goes
to you,
before
Oramis,
me?
and he's like, "Oh no, sorry, Felix. Sorry, I read that wrong. Felix, it is your turn. Can you make me a?"
I don't know. Why I
The
opened my
beginning of your
fucking mouth.
turn, creature enters the effective area for the first time, starts the turn there, must make a dexterity saving throw.
Great. Something else I'm not good
You
at.
should be quite good at these.
No, I'm not.
Oh.
Fighters don't get proficiency in dex.
You are fine. So these horrible black tentacles reach out towards you, and you manage to just bat one away. And you do not take, I believe, just does turn the area and is already restrained. Cool. Cool. No, so yeah, you are fine. The area you are in is just difficult terrain, but you sort of manage to bat these horrible tentacles that are trying to reach out for you away, and you can do what you will on your turn.
Okay, right. First thing first. Bonus action. Blade Song. Get that extra movement speed. Get the extra AC going.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then I want to try and I can move myself on the map. It's just being very slow. I want to try and. Can I go straight this way here, or do I need to go round?
That would be you climbing up the thing. So I would need a athletics check to climb up and over.
Okay.
Actually, no. It's a fairly simple thing to climb. It would just be half your movement to climb up. It's about 10 feet tall, so that'd be 20 feet of your movement to get up there.
Okay, that's fine. And then I'm going to whip out the Tempest Staff, and I'm gonna aim it down the deck towards the big crab, and I'm going to use 5 charges to cast Chain Lightning.
As soon as you whip out the Tempest Staff, all the sahuagin and this guy's demeanor changes.
It's about to change a lot more.
And they just look,
lightning.
And they look towards you, and he just says, "The staff of the banished. Retrieve it now."
Well, shit.
Yes, you.
Yeah. But I'm going to cast Chain Lightning
cast.
on the crab, which means that the crab needs to make a dex save. The spellcaster on top of the crab needs to make a dex save, and so do the 2 closest sahuagin, because they are all within 30 feet of the crab.
Well, as you might expect, a massive crab is not very dexterous. It got a 9. So, massive crab fails.
DC 18.
Yeah, you got a 9. So, no. The crab fails. And then what was that? Sorry, the Kraken Priest and the 2 sahuagin.
Yeah, because I can lightning jumps from the target to up to 3 targets within 30 feet. So
Kraken Priest also fails. Son of a bitch. But the 2 sahuagin roll a 19 and a 20 between them. So
okay.
that's just fantastic.
They still take half, and Chain Lightning is there. So...
Oh, 37,
Okay.
not bad. It is lightning damage, so...
Oh, if you tell me that something else fucking resists one of my spells, I'm going to be livid.
Sadly, the Kraken Priest is resistant to lightning.
He's a fucking dick, and he's going to die first. Actually, he'll probably die
But the crab
last.
seems to take the full effect.
He'll probably die last, but-
Half a 30-second is 18. The crab takes the full 37. And the 2 sahuagin take 18 as they both passed. So, yeah, you watch as this, like, bolt of lightning ripples out, hits the crab, and then these, like, jolts of energy almost go from the crab to these individual people. The sahuagin are almost like thrown backwards into the banisters, but they just manage to sort of like pull themselves out of the way of most of the damage. The Kraken Priest, he's holding this chain, and it almost like goes up that and conducts through him as he's holding this chain, and he has that brief second where you can almost like see his skeleton like then he looks back at you and just "Oh, the holy Kraken, praise be his name, has taught me to withstand such horrid effects." Cool. Anything else in your turn?
That's bonus action and action. Can I make a wisdom save now?
Yes, you can.
13.
13,
Fuck, that's
not
gonna do
quite
it.
enough. You're still looking at him sort of with this strange... It's like this
I'll get
strange
to
thing
him
in
in
your mind.
time.
Whenever you look at him, your mind almost goes to darkness, or like an extremely dark blue, and there's almost just these like almost suggestions of like tentacles moving around, as if you're in very deep water and you're just seeing brief visions of massive tentacles whenever you sort of like briefly look at him and see. It's very strange. Next up is the
Correct me if
massive
I'm wrong. Is Ponsky supposed to be up here, or we put him in the hold because of the full moon?
Ponsky, I actually got the thing wrong.
It's in
Full
the
moon is
thing.
tomorrow night, not tonight. But he is downstairs. He wasn't aware anything was going on this evening, and he's finishing up the halfling a completely expected journey.
All right.
When all of a sudden shit's happening, he might make an appearance. I actually will roll a save for him to see if he thinks this is something he should get involved in or not. No, that's really...
It'll be
really
his
helpful.
problem in a sec when a giant crab breaks in through his room.
It's really helpful when you try and roll something to determine whether someone does something and it rolls a 10 exactly. So you're like, well, what the fuck does that mean?
Add his perception on top, maybe.
Yeah, that's a good point. He's pretty decent perception. All right, yeah, he'll I feel like he'd probably come in and help.
I feel like
guess
a
also-
big lightning blast just gone off. Things are no longer subtle.
Yeah, I feel like he'll probably come. Actually, he could hear the thing. I need to see if he. Nope, Ponsky failed. He's frightened. Never mind, Ponsky ain't doing shit. He can't physically come closer. Cool. Massive Crab's turn. Massive Crab is gonna move. Where does Massive Crab want to move?
He's a bit snookered by that Marston there.
He is. He's gonna go 5, 10, and you almost watch as the crab almost then moves like diagonally sideways on the ship.
Oh, that's
And you
gonna
get the sense
chip
that
the
this crab
paintwork.
can dig its like claws and things into the side of the ship to move, and it just begins almost climbing on the side of the ship. 20, 25. I'd say 30 there. And he's gonna. All it can do right now is make an attack against this boy here.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's gonna be a 14 to hit a bandit.
I have to the term bandit being used about my crew. I think scoundrels is more
Scoundrel. All right, 14 to hit a scoundrel definitely hits. This guy has 11 hit points. So we're going to be rolling.
Which crew is this?
This is the purple guy.
Yeah, which member is it, Luke? I want you to know his name when he dies.
He's one of the new boys. Oh, I've not learned his name
he's
yet.
He's one of the new boys. He's trying to. Yeah, he's one of the new halflings that came in from Dawnport. He's trying to sort of prove himself. So he's going to use his grabbing pincer, and that's 3 D those things. So 4, 5,
3D those things.
3d10 plus that. I would say he needs to make a strength saving throw, but you watch as this massive crab just reaches over, grabs this dude with its with this large left pincer, lifts him up and just squeezes. You all just hear this, just as this goes, and you just hear this loud crack, and suddenly the body just goes limp in the crab's arms, and it just like, actually no, it wouldn't throw it off. You then just see for like the rest of his turn, the crab is just gonna start munching.
Oh,
Just pulls it down and just like throws this small halfling body into its massive mouth, and you just hear these weird wet chewing noises.
I
did update how many crew you had on the Vengeance. Can you now take away 1 crew on the Vengeance? But that's going to be the crab can move another 5 feet. The crab can move another 5 feet there, but it's going to have to wait for this sahuagin to get out of the way.
Do I only have 33 crew?
Yeah, you need at least 30 to sail the ship properly.
Oh, but I picked up 5 extra.
Sorry, yes. You had 30. You had 30. You lost 1 in a storm, but then you picked up 5 extra, so you had 34. So now you should have 33.
Right. So I'm now aware of that.
Yeah. Cool. Next up is Vaishal's turn. Vaishal is simply just going to look at this guy and just go like, no, how dare you? And he just looks towards the Kraken Priest, just shouts, and reaches his arms forward, and this bolt of lightning shoots from his hands towards the Kraken Priest. Kraken Priest has to make a dex save. Kraken Priest is not rolling that well today. And I'm just going to do the average damage to that, so that I'm not rolling lots and lots of dice. His thing to it though, so that's 14. Right. Cool. And that's going to be Vaishal's turn, and he's just going to sort of stand here with Oramis, very confused and really pissed off. Also, this guy's got to go. Next up is this guy here, and he's just going to run up to Mazzy, make 1 hit, 2 hits. Nice. That's going to be, what's the d6 for these dice? There's the d6 for these dice. 3, 11 points of piercing damage onto Mazzy's sheet. Do you have it open, JJ, or
I
do you
do,
want me to
yeah, I
manage
got
it?
the Mazzy.
Cool. 11 points of piercing damage to Mazzy. If you
He
please.
should have leveled up as well, shouldn't he?
Yes, he should have.
Because he's currently still level 13. Oh, we can get that in between sessions, I'm sure it won't matter.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I just
yeah,
realised
yeah,
that
we'll sort that
no
out.
one's managed that, and because it still says level 13 on his sheet.
Yeah, it's fine. If he dies, he dies.
If he dies, we'll roll a hit dice for him and give him that many extra hit points, I think is what we'll do.
Exactly. Cool. Kaiman, your turn. Can you roll me a dexterity saving throw to start?
14th level ranger get. It's a bit spicy, I might use it.
These black tentacles that have arisen from the ground begin to rise up towards you, and as much as you try and bonk them away in your big shield, they wrap around your big shield and you, and they press against you, and you are now restrained against these massive things. And you take 5, 7, 9 points of bludgeoning damage. So you take 9 points of bludgeoning damage. You are restrained, which means your movement becomes 0. You have disadvantage on any attack rolls, and attack rolls against you are made with advantage. I believe if you want to, you can use your action to make a strength or dexterity check to try and escape. Otherwise, your turn is yours.
Is this spell
Yes.
is this effect a concentration effect by any chance?
Oh, bloody heck.
Let's see if it's still up after all that
Bloody heck,
spanking
yes.
he just took.
Well, he needs to make DC 10 save twice because he's not taking more than 20 damage. So
37
first
lightning.
one,
Did you fail the 37 light? Oh no.
but then he
resistant.
half that because he's resistant.
Ah.
So the first one just passes with a 10, and the second one just passes with an 11.
So
He
Ryan
hasn't
tried
taken
to
any more
save it.
damage. That good looking out though, very good looking out. I'll actually stick the little clock on him
Also,
just to make
Luke, you're
sure I
concentrating.
remember.
Yes, I am.
Cool. Yes, Ryan, what would you like to do? You're restrained by strange tentacles wrapping around you and your big shield. But what would you like to do?
He's having a dream, isn't he?
Or am I? Let me do a dexterity. Try and-
Dexterity check.
I don't
All
know.
right. Roll me a dexterity
Oh
check.
no.
Damn it. Can't believe it.
Yeah, so you try first and think like, "Ooh, this is weirdly slimy. All right, I'll just wriggle my way out. This will be fine." And the more you wriggle, the tighter they grip around you, and it doesn't quite work. That is your action. Do you have any bonus actions you'd like to use?
Let me take a check at my. What can I do? I have limited options.
Well, bonus actions would be like spells, like healing word. You have spiritual weapon is an action to cast, but then a bonus action to attack stuff with. So, yeah, not really a whole lot you have as bonus actions. I'm afraid, but if you think of anything, let me know, and we'll say you did it. You're still learning your character. Next up, blue guy over here. Yeah, sahuagin are pretty stupid, and he's filled with a lot of false confidence right now. So he's going to roll.
Spiritual
5,
weapon is
10,
a bonus action
15.
to cast.
Oh, if you have spiritual weapon, Ryan, you could cast that.
Yes. That is what I will do.
Cool. So long as you have the spell, yep, you can cast spiritual weapon. We'll just stick a mini, we'll stick like a mini Kaiman on there, just to act as your spiritual weapon, and we'll stick a little like symbol on it to say that it's a little weapon, like a grenade. I don't know. What form does your spiritual weapon take? Like what does it look like?
Actually, I don't see it in my spells.
Do you not have it? Fair enough.
I would recommend it on a long rest, preparing it because it's a great cleric spell. Bonus action
Yes, it does
cast,
not look-
not concentration. Can use it as bonus action every turn for a minute.
Yes, it does not look like you. It does not look like you have it. That is unfortunate. All right. Good looking at me, right? Cool. If you think of anything else, you're still learning your character, so fair enough. Cool. But sahuagin, this guy is going to run up and with disadvantage try and hit Oramis with this. Like he pulls out this like weird barnacle-covered spear, like wrapped in like seaweed and kelp and stuff. Disadvantage. Oh, that's 15 to hit you with disadvantage.
It does not hit.
And second attack is a 16 to hit you with disadvantage.
That hits.
That does hit. All right. So he does have advantage. No, you still have all your hit points. Never mind. So you take 5 points of piercing damage.
He takes some amount of necrotic damage for that.
2d8.
Alrighty. Roll 2d8. Eight.
You hit me,
Yeah,
I hit you
watch.
back harder.
Yeah, so he runs into you and swipes once with the spear, misses. Swipes second time and it just scratches the side of you, and then this like shadowy wave envelops him, hits him across the face, and he just falls back and like lies on like almost as if he's been hit by an actual wave. Just flies back, lands on the ship, and slides across the deck of the ship, and he is out. He is gone. As that sahuagin was fucking demolished by a chain lightning.
What's the con save?
The save DC was 10, so you're fine.
Good.
Good. Cool. Next up is the crew. Oramis. So most of your crew at this point just start sprinting towards the inside of the ship. That's fine. These guys are the ones you see here are left. I'll roll a quick save for that dude stuck in the thing. He fails. He gets restrained. He takes 3d6. So this guy here in the green, he rolled a 10 for his save against the tentacles, which fails. And then I rolled 3d6, and I rolled 6, 4, 6 for the damage. And sadly, these tentacles wrap up around him and just begin to squeeze. And he just, again, you just hear this like cracking and squelching, and this guy just like, ah! And one wraps around his neck and just pulls back a bit too far, and there's just this horrible, and he's out.
Why are you going into such detail? As Luke said something this week that you weren't happy with.
But that is that guy. What would you like the rest of your crew to do?
Get inside. Get out of the way. And one of them to try and signal the Dragon's Revenge.
Okay. Yeah, that would probably be up to Frank to do that. How would you like him to signal them?
Oh well,
You would have some kind of signal, but that would require him climbing up to access it, because it'd be up on the like crow's nest sort of thing.
Nah, just get inside. Just get inside. Don't be a hero.
Roll me as Oramis. Roll me either persuasion or intimidation to get your crew inside.
Oh, here we go.
You got to give him one every session. Come on.
They're getting in. They are getting in.
Yeah, they are getting in. So this guy runs inside. He's away. Frank, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He wants to go inside, but can't, because then he tries to go 5, 10, 15, 20, attack of opportunity, which it misses, thankfully. 25. He doesn't want to get in the area of tentacles, so we would have to stop there. But on the next turn, you imagine he will be sprinting inside. And just like, sorry, Captain, just thought I could help. That would be them. Next up would be this guy who has seen Felix run up here and is going to try and hit him. 13 plus, that's 18 to hit you, Felix.
That does not hit.
And a 19 to hit you, Felix.
That does not hit.
All right, yeah, you like this thing just starts like jabbing at you with the spear, You just very, very quickly, like just dodging, like you dodge to one side, spear goes that way, dodge the other side, spear goes that way. Easy enough. And finally, Gylndan.
Gylndan. That's like the worst WWE
If
entrance
Glyndon's
ever.
last and he hasn't been put in the initiative,
Oh my god.
just stick him last, dude. You know.
All right. Yeah. Mazzy goes last. That's fine.
So I'm guessing I've got to make a save.
Yes. Make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Da-da-da.
12. You try and sort of like
Can
jab
I
away
use
at
my...
these.
Is a spell? From a spell, yeah?
Yes, this is a spell.
Can I use my staff to automatically pass on that?
Yes, you can.
It
Yes,
looks
you
like
abs-
it's going to trap me, and then
Yeah, it looks like
a little shift.
it's going to trap you, but then you almost tap into this strange dunamantic magic in this staff, and you see all the possibilities of where these things can go, and it's very, very strange. And suddenly, as this thing goes towards you, it almost goes through you until you realize that you've moved out the way, and you didn't realize you did that, but you did, and that was strange. But you've moved out. You've moved out of the way. This area is just difficult terrain for you, but thanks to the power of the staff, you're able to dodge and duck out the way of many of the tentacles. What would you like to do?
If I go, so it's difficult terrain, so I get 3 squares basically, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Is that, if I'm go there, am I 60 feet away from the warden?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Yes, you would be exactly 60 feet away from the warden.
Okay, I'll go here, and then as my bonus action, I will raise a single finger to my eye, and it will alight as I touch it, and I will cast Althor's All-Seeing Eye.
Alrighty.
So everyone within 30 feet of me, which I think might be everyone.
Can I just ask
Yeah, that
which,
would be-
which
yeah, that would be.
finger?
Which finger?
Yeah,
I'll probably go for like the middle one, I think.
just
Not quite like that. More elegant.
Yeah,
okay.
Depends who's watching.
It's
Taps
the
his
middle
eyes
finger
with
with the
this soft,
open
like,
hand, not the closed.
Yeah, the bush.
Yeah.
Like when Voldemort touches Harry's skull. It's really unnecessarily arced hand.
touch you now.
I will.
All right, Jimmy.
Jesus. So I think everyone here has got +5 to attack or save if they.
That will come in handy.
And then I will shout. So I'm 60 feet away from this guy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I will shout to the warden. Will you stand down?
If you let us go about our business politely, then maybe we will let you live.
I
It's
was
just not
worried
taking
you'd
a hint.
say that. And then you're going to see me point my finger at him, and this massive, like, collection of energy is just going to compile around my finger and then shoot out in a really dense, thin beam and strike him. I would say he has to make a dex throw, but my divination roll means he rolls a 2 on his dex save.
There
So-
it is.
Shall I roll the full damage for this?
Yeah, roll me a disintegrate, Sam. I think that's what you're going for there. Roll me a disintegrate. Yeah, so you all just watch.
I'll
Yeah, it's
split
almost like
concentration
space
check
and
in
energy around his hand just begins to warp and. Fucking
Only
hell.
68.
68 points of. What damage is it? Force.
Yeah, I believe it's force. Yeah, it's not the best roll.
10d6
but, I mean,
plus
Alright.
4 too. Yeah, it's a bit of a low roll.
Fuck me.
but at the same time, I'm happy doing 68 damage, and I think he might fail this concentration check. I'm not sure.
34.
let me see. Yeah, that fails. Yes, of course. So the tentacles suddenly you all watch as he's hit by this beam. It strikes him in the chest, and you almost see this like. It's almost like his whole like chest almost dries out and begins to crack and crumble, as if He's like part of his chest has just been turned to dust, and he gets like thrown back. And if it wasn't for the fact that he was holding onto this chain, he would probably fall over. But he holds onto this chain and pulls himself back up. He's looking he's looking hurt as fuck. But yeah, and you all watch the tentacles just like spin briefly. They let go of you, Kaiman. They let go of the sadly dead body of one of your friends, and then they just slurp back down into the ground and the spell dissipates. Is that everything on your turn, Gylndan?
Yeah, I'm fairly content with that.
Yeah.
That's the first disintegrate I've hit on anything, and I got it. I had that when we went to the library, I think.
Yeah, you did. Cool.
Damn.
Next up would be this guy over here, and he's going to run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, right there, and he's going to try and poke at you. Felix, have you lost any of your hit points? You did, didn't you?
No.
No, wait. Didn't it hit you? Didn't that one
I
hit
failed.
you?
No. The one that attacked me missed me twice. I failed.
Oh, yes, he missed.
I failed the
so then this
frightening
guy's just gonna make
check,
2
but I
regular
made the
attacks
deck
against you.
save on the tentacles.
Yeah, so this one comes in very overconfident, trying to rush you, almost like leaps with its spear, and then just like completely smashes its shoulder into the wheel and misses entirely. And this other attack is you'd barely call it an attack. It nearly hits his friend more than it hits you. So he rolled a 3 and a 1. But you are being surrounded by sahuagin at this moment. Mazzy's just gonna. I don't know. What does Mazzy do? You got his feet up. I would assume he whacks this guy twice.
Yeah, that's the easiest option. Pull out his dual sword and give this guy a quick double tap.
Yeah, just pulls it out like, oh, I've been waiting to use this thing for so many days now.
It's an 18 and a
yeah,
27.
18 hits. Yeah, they both definitely hit all the damage.
It's a 9 and a 16.
Fucking hell, yeah,
total.
Mazzy. Yeah, you watch as Mazzy just slices across this guy's chest, slices another time at its neck, and then using his momentum spinning, he just lifts up, kicks the thing in the face, and it just crumbles and collapses against the stairs. That is this thing fucking out. Well done, Mazzy. Back to the top of the round. Well, no, we would go to the top of the round because there's some boys left. This guy goes 5, 10, 20. This guy goes 5, 10, 15, 20. God, 25, 30, and it foolishly thinks he's so much better than his friend and attempts to try and hit Oramis and kill him. So that's God, that's an 18 to hit your Oramis the first attack.
That actually does it, yeah.
And the second attack misses, so you take 6 points of piercing damage from the second attack. And Mazzy gets a nat 20 for the first attack.
2d8.
And
I'm
19
going
for the
to
second
see
attack.
that nat 20 on Mazzy, and I'm going to invoke my Cloud Rune.
Okie dokie.
And I'm going to bring it against. So the attack just hits a target within 30 feet, which is green.
Nice. All right. So you're 2d8. Once again, this guy runs over, stabs at you, and then the wave just whacks over at this sahuagin, and he's gone. Then the nat 20. It would roll a 6 and a 5, wouldn't it, for fucking for damage against its friend? 6 plus 5 plus 2, that's 12. 11, 13. 13 points of damage against green. And then his second attack is an 18, which I think still hits Mazzy.
Yes.
So Mazzy takes 4 points of piercing damage. Oramis, you're up. We're going back to the beginning of the round. As the numbers are severely depleted. Everyone's downstairs. Most people are running downstairs. What would you like to do?
I'm going after Crab Boy. So 10, 15, 30. And I'm gonna try and murk the crab.
Try and murk the crab. All right.
So I'm gonna Shadow Blade him.
20 just hits.
Fuck yeah.
6 slashing damage. Yes, it's this extremely thick like shell that it's got all over its body, but you just managed to find the gaps where it needs to sort of move and extend its claw, and you jam your Shadow Blade in there for 6 slashing damage. Nice.
Sneak attack.
Why would you get sneak attack in this instance?
Because I have advantage, so I automatically get sneak attack.
Let me just check. Does it have dark vision?
He's obscured though.
No, it doesn't. Yes, he is obscured, so yes, technically he would have advantage. So yes, sneak attack. 19 points of damage.
And then, due to my thirsting blade, I can attack again.
Go for it.
Because it's a thirsty boy.
It is indeed a thirsty boy.
Oh, that's an hit.
17 sadly
Luke.
misses.
Remember, your old boy Althor.
You can use your +5 if you would like to.
Yes, I'd like to use my +5, please.
Alrighty, that does then hit, and it takes 12 points of slashing damage.
And then, lastly, my conceal blade. Bonus action. That does nothing. Oh no, I have
Concealed blade.
advantage.
You do have advantage. So actually, the first attack would be a 19, which still misses, but you use the thing that hits. 22, yes, does hit. So that's another 6 points of piercing damage. Nicely done. Yeah, you just go up against this thing and start slashing down on just like you see that bit like just there where it's like the shell slightly overlaps. You just start wailing down on that part, and you just see this like horrible sort of like just gout of blood pour back out. And there's a lot of it, and it just sort of like right in your face, and there's this horrible smell of a person being digested that you've never smelled before, but you really wish you hadn't. Cool. Is that everything on your turn, Oramis?
Indeed.
Cool. So this guy is going to look at the situation presently around him, look at the large cracks appearing in his chest, and realize this is not going well. So he's going to turn to his amulet and go, "It is time to release you, my old friend. Help me." And he takes the sort of amulet, holds the center of the gem, but then spins the rest of it. You see the blue gem in the middle begin to light. And let me just go on the correct thing. And about there, you
I was
watch.
thinking of that, Ryan, actually.
You watch this. Yes, that was
It's-
totally not the inspiration of this combat.
Is this a spell?
I knew it. I knew it.
This is not a spell. Looking at it, you have a pretty high arcana. You
Yeah.
would look at this and think, that's a magic item he's got around his neck. And it seems to hold water. And this water just splashes out onto the deck. And at first you think, what the hell's that got to do? But the water doesn't stop moving as it hits the deck. It spins and it swirls and it twirls. And it begins to form this almost humanoid-esque figure that appears upon the deck. And it sort of looks up back towards him, and he looks towards it and kill them. And it just sort of, it almost just makes this like before going, and it will act after him. But for now, that's technically that's, I mean, that's does it say on the magic item? I think it does say it's an action, so that is actually his action. So he doesn't have any bonus actions or anything, so that's about it. The water elemental will then go. I'll say that goes after the crab. No, I'll say that goes after him. But we would go to Felix. You're up next.
Okay. Alright.
Actually, say he moves just like ever so slightly back on the crabs. He like lets the chain a little bit more loose and just moves ever so slightly back and ducks down, giving himself a little bit of cover.
Okay.
Felix, your turn.
So bonus action, Giant's Might. It's time to be a big boy.
Alrighty.
So that's gonna go first, so I can get some damage.
Now the problem
boost.
here is you'd be almost hanging off the edge of the thing. You'd be almost like, to do that, you'd have to balance on the railing.
I mean, can I go here for the sake of it and then expand in this direction?
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So you expand. Do.
Cool. So that gives me a D6. So I'm gonna go for the injured one first with whip out the Scale Skinner's sword. And attack against the green one.
18 hits. Yep.
Plus a D6. For 18 damage total.
Yeah, as you rise, like the shadow of the moon almost covers this creature, and it just sort of looks at you like it's like wide grin slowly turns into a frown, and it's just a very simple swing across its chest, and this thing just falls down the stairs dead.
Okay.
Easy enough.
Cool. Then I'm gonna remember to do that green flame blade thing that I can actually do. And I'm going to cast that in place of my second attack on orange.
Okie dokie.
So I still need to hit it with a 17.
17 does it, yeah.
So he takes the weapon's normal damage. So that'd be
Which
plus.
is 10.
Actually, I think I only get that d6 once per turn. Let me just double
I think so too.
check. Once on each of your turns. Okay, but then he takes the green flame blade damage, which is 9.
9. Alright, he's still up. Looking pretty rough, but still up.
Okay.
As this green flame suddenly just
Okay, I'm then
He's
going
crying out.
to action surge, pivot away from him. I'm going to raise the sword up, which now has this new draconic shaped pommel, and I'm going to try and cast a new spell.
Alrighty.
I'm going to
And what
cast
spell is that?
Summon Draconic Spirit,
Ooh.
which summons a... what size creature is it? A large dragon creature. And because I've only actually seen one dragon in real life, this one's going to be white.
Nice. Cool. So I guess
And I'm going
you
to put
summon
it like in the middle of the deck.
this little guy. It is large. And I will allow you to move it. There you go. Should be able to move that now.
Yes, I can. Thank you. But that is my action, so that is the end of my turn. So I can make a wisdom save against the fear. Wisdom save.
12. You are still very afraid of
hold on.
this creature.
Hold on.
You can use all-seeing eye if you'd like to.
I'm going to use it. Why not? I haven't used it so far.
Yeah?
Does a 17 make it?
That does then make it.
Okay, sweet.
So thanks to you almost like get these weird premonitions in your mind of futures and pasts of this thing dying and this thing not actually being as scary as you thought, and this weird kraken thing just dissipates in your mind and you're able to think for yourself. Awesome. Anything else in your turn, Felix?
No, that is my turn. But
Cool.
the dragon
Then
goes
we got
after me.
Dragon goes after you, right? What does the dragon do?
The dragon is just what do you reckon? Elemental or crab?
Crab.
Yeah. No, I'll go elemental actually. I think he's more of a problem.
Okay, I will just put it in front here to try and block, and the elemental will the dragon will take 2 attacks at
The water elemental.
Yes, and they are melee weapon attacks with my spell attack modifier to hit. So d20 plus 10.
Mm-hmm.
So first attack is a 28. Second
28
attack
definitely
is a
hits.
14.
14 does just hit.
Okay, so it takes 1d6 plus 4 plus the spell's level for each. So 1d6 plus 9 for each attack.
Cool.
1d6. So first attack is 12 damage, second attack is 11 damage.
All right. I'm going to say, because this is a summon, its attacks are non-magical. Even though it is technically magical, I would say its attacks are non-magical unless it says so in the spell's description.
I will just double check that now. It does not say magical.
Cool. Then I'm going to say, so 12 plus 11, so that's 23, half to 11 damage. Yeah. It takes overall. As you see this thing sort of claw its way through this water elemental, it's literally just slapping water. And as much as it does seem like it does a little bit of damage to it, it's not. It's not as much as you would hope from a dragon creature slashing through things.
Cool. I also have resistance to, I'm going to say, cold damage now as well, while this thing is still up.
Cool. Next up, water elemental. It's going to go there, and it is going to... does it use its... no, it's not in a space. I'm going to say, and it doesn't want to go that, so it's going to make 2 slam attacks. One with advantage against Oramis, but it's not with advantage, so it's just a regular hit because he's obscured, and 1 against the dragon. So we'll see how this goes. So the first attack is a 12 plus 7, so it's a 19 to hit you, Oramis.
Hits.
And a 22 to hit the dragon. So I'm just going to roll for the ease of everything. I'm just going to roll 1 damage roll, and you're both going to take it. Because I fucking said so. So that's 7.
Sorry, what was that to hit the dragon again? Do you say?
It was a 22.
Yeah, that will hit the dragon.
7 plus 6 is... all in all, it takes 17. You both take 17 points of bludgeoning damage. Armor 17. Dragon 17.
Uncanny dodge.
Uncanny dodge, of course you can uncanny dodge that. That is fine. It then just swirls around in its space. It's just going to keep getting advantage on you because it likes it. Next up would be Vaishal. Vaishal is going to do exactly the same things it did before, but this time, because that guy's resistant to lightning, it's going to try and hit the crab. So crab needs to make a save. Crab rolls a 2, going to take the average damage, and the crab takes 28 points of lightning damage.
Sorry, that thing needs to take some necrotic damage.
Oh, yes, it does. Of course. Roll me 2d8.
9.
9. It takes 9
I also
points.
need to make a con save.
You do need to make a con save. See if you make it. 13, you're fine. Cool. Then we have Kaiman. Well, Vaishal, then it would be that guy, but he's dead. Cool. Kaiman, what are you up to?
So does dash double my distance?
Yes, it takes an action to do so, but yes, you can dash to double your distance.
Okay.
Run.
How do I move? Kaiman sees food. How? I can't move.
Can you not? I will make you able to control your character.
Would Nathan have popped out?
I will say at the end of this round, given his athletics check, Nathan will
it
pop
was
out.
pretty terrible, wasn't it?
Yeah, so at the end of this round, Nathan pops out.
I somehow feel like maybe it might be over by the end of this round. That's okay.
We'll see.
Jumps on you, Nathan, for not being athletic. Goes to the gym, bro.
Oh, it's meant to
What's
be...
Gylndan's
I know,
strength
it's
again?
Really fucking high.
Kaiman, what you
It's
doing?
not negative.
He has one goal, and that is to take to either at least take half the crab.
At least take off the crab. So yeah, Kaiman, you dash all the way with this hungry, ferocious sprint up
I
the
always
side and
slip.
towards.
Always slip over my own drool.
You got up the stairs and just like slipping around, but because you're a crocodile, you're a crocodile lizard,
I'm like-
you just
I'm running
clamber
like
up.
that. Up the stairs.
Your crocodile comes out for a minute.
My
Cool.
tail's
That's your
Yeah,
action
really.
to dash.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Any bonus actions? Anything like that?
So you say spells? Can I just shoot like a sacred flame at it?
No, that would be your action to do so. So
Oh,
you've
yeah.
used your action to dash. So next turn you could use something like that, or if you have any bonus action spells like Healing Word to heal people or anything like that, you can do so.
Oh, is this fella? It's not doing the thing it did earlier. There we go.
Yeah, it's Oramis. Yeah, you could Healing Word him if you'd like. He's taking a
Yeah.
bit of damage, you've seen.
Where is it? Here it is. Healing word for Oramis.
What level are you casting Healing Word?
I am casting. Well, how do I know how hurt he is?
He's pretty obscured right now. I'd say no, you don't. You've seen a few things attack him a couple of times, but you're not sure.
Ooh. Da. I'll just do level 1 because I don't know.
Level 1 because you don't know.
Judging by that reaction,
Yeah, go for it. 1d4 plus 4, I believe. So roll me
Uh,
1d4.
Okay. Right.
Nice. That's
Oh, that way.
max healing. Oramis, you get 8 hit points back.
Thank you.
But now it is the crab.
Now
I'm
Oramis
excited for the
steps
crab's
aside.
turn.
Get it
Now
away.
it's the crab. So Garga crab, it makes 2 attacks.
It's
Sadly,
pretty
there is only one person within its reach. It would have advantage because you're flanked. Doesn't because things. So it's going to first try and attack you with its pincers. It knows how to hunt. That's how it works. So that's does a 29 hit you, Oramis?
No, I don't know.
I
Yes.
think it does. Cool. You take. Oh god, maths. You take 23 points of bludgeoning damage. Can you make me a strength saving throw?
I've already uncanny dodged, haven't I?
You have
What did he uncanny dodge? Do you uncanny dodge for
the water elemental.
right.
You've got to make a 11 con save.
Yeah, 11 con save for your Shadow of Moil, and a strength saving throw. Con
Okay.
save, yeah, you're fine.
I'll
Now
quickly
strength
just
save.
roll the damage and strength save.
22, you are fine. You are annoyingly fine. 8,
You never fight a captain on his boat, Ben. I can't believe it.
Never fight a captain on his boat. And then the next one is going to be a slicing pincer attack. Since
That was the
grab you.
mistake that Hallahan made. He fought Oramis on Oramis's boat, but he didn't realise it was Oramis's boat at the time.
Cool. So next up, attack. Oh god, 30 to hit.
Maybe.
I'm very sorry. That was an 18 and 19 to hit in those 2 attacks. I was very, very lucky for it.
Let me just check my character sheet to see if that hits.
And that'll be 20 points of slashing damage.
Get in the bin.
Unfortunately, you're the only one there. Also, because you've been hit by this, your speed is reduced by 10 feet until the beginning of its next turn.
It takes another damage though, right?
It does take another damage.
I also need another con save, so
You do,
I
DC
pray.
10.
I pray. Oh, thank goodness.
You're
You've
fine.
been a bit lit on these con saves.
You have
Really,
been
really
very lit
calm.
on these con saves,
It's the it's the +5 for being on my own ship.
which I'm really glad for because the effort you went to actually make the item. I'm glad you've actually been able to use.
Oh, it's been clutch. How much have you dealt in People just hitting you have
9
taken.
damage.
Quite a bit, yeah.
I mean, how
What have you done out, like,
what
1
8d8, 10d8 at this point?
Yeah, it must be something like that. It's been pretty good.
Just from people attacking you.
Yeah.
Also,
And then it's gonna
two of them killed themselves doing it.
Yeah.
it's gonna like it doesn't really care about advantage. It's a massive crab, and it kind of wants a bit more feeding. So it's gonna try and get a little more action, despite the fact that the guy on its back is really fucking hurt. So it's gonna go
Does
like
he want a little less
It's
conversation?
way.
a little less conversation. So it's gonna end up going there, and you can see half of it is literally off the side of the boat, like clinging on, and it's like basically just its pincers are on the side. So it almost looks like it's like leaning up over a desk, like this, like trying to get at you. Next up will be the crew. There's because of your check, he runs inside. That's him gone. Next up would be Orange. Orange, despite his best thoughts, is going to take a swing at. I think that misses with a 12 against you, Felix. And the next one is a 7. So yeah, both of these miss. It's actually quite terrified. You've not seen many sahuagin terrified, but it is now very scared. Gylndan, you're up, my friend. What would you like to do?
What do I want to do? So he says, like, half the crab is over the side of the boat and maybe underneath.
Yeah. This guy he would have about 3/4 cover as he's sort of holding on to the side, and the front of the crab is sort of coming over him. You can just see like the top of his head.
What do I want to do? I really want to use Pulse Wave.
Yeah.
I want to place it behind the crab.
I think it has to originate from you.
You might be correct. Let's have a look. Wait, it's a melee spell. Never mind. I'll move away then.
Yeah, you unleash it in a 30-foot cone. Creature in the cone must make a con save. Take 66 force damage on a failed save. And then, yeah.
Right. Well, you know what's going to appear behind the crab? What does a crab fear? A giant hand. Bigby's hand.
I
To be more
thought
precise.
it was garlic butter.
Or it might be this slobbering crocodile that's running towards it.
It will be Kaiman.
Yeah.
I think it was this one. If it's not
Is
this one,
this why
then-
Ben's positioning the crab half off the boat, so when it falls in, he doesn't have to narrate a scene of us eating it?
I mean, hey, if you guys want to eat it, that is entirely possible. Weirdly, not something I thought you would want to do with a massive crab. But hey,
What else are we gonna do with it?
I don't know. Fight it, kill it, throw it off your ship. That you should be able to grab that now, Sam.
Mount its head on the prow like a trophy.
Yeah, so that's gonna.
I could turn it into steel plate armor.
Oh my god, can you imagine?
You actually, I'll tell you what, Carmen, you're a pretty skilled dude. You do think, looking at this, there's just something niggling in the back of your mind, like, if I can make armor out of dragon scales, I bet I could make some crab armor.
This is how we infiltrate.
I would
we all
definitely
dress
allow
up
that.
as crabs. And then we just walk up the beach going snip, 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 and they'll never see it coming.
We can try and sneak into these guys' base. We can all like huddle together and form the crab.
Like way back in like one of the first sessions where we fought a thing that was made of loads of people controlling different parts. We shall do that with the crab.
Don't seem to recall that going very well for them.
No, that did not go very
did
well.
not.
For them.
We
One of
killed
them
one
got
of them.
put to sleep, and their entire plan failed. Cool. Yeah. What are you getting Big B's hand to do, Glyndon?
I'll use my bonus action to get Althor's All Seeing Eye again.
Okie dokie.
So I think Mazzy, Felix.
Yeah, Mazzy,
Vishal,
Felix, Vishal.
and the dragon.
Yeah,
Cool.
technically a friendly ally.
And then I'll punch this guy.
All right. Make a
guessing
melee
it-
spell attack.
Don't get advantage. Oramis is too
I
far
would
away.
say no. It is technically on the other side of it. I would, yeah, yeah.
What,
It
for
would have
the-
advantage
The guy.
for the guy. Oh no,
The
not
warden.
not for the guy. That would just be a straight hit.
Okay. I might just do the crab because it'd be funny if a crab dies and the guy falls in the sea. Okay, right.
Aramis, I hope you're ready to grab that pincer.
23.
Oh yes.
23 against who? The guy or the crab?
The crab.
Does hit the crab.
Okay. 48. 15.
15. Yeah, this hand just like appears, this massive hand, and it almost like very extravagantly like forms a fist, coils back, and then boom, smacks it into the side of the boat. You hear the waning of the wood as it like bumps into the side of the boat, and it almost loses its grip on the side of the boat for a second before it sort of regained itself. There are definitely now a lot of scratches on the side of the ship as it's sort of pulling itself and maintaining strength on the side. But yes, it does take the full 15 damage. It's looking pretty hurt now.
And then I'll
Yeah.
come. I'll come over here.
We'll go over there. Alrighty. And then Mazzy will just take 2 slashes at this thing again, I think, JJ. Make that easy enough.
Does that
Actually, first this thing would get attacks against him.
Oh, okay,
First, they both miss. Never mind.
cool.
Um,
Is it still alive after 15?
yes.
Okay, second sack on it then. I was just wondering if you could come around and deal with the one on Felix, but I've only.
Sadly not.
Then another 12.
15 and 12, yeah. And then again, this thing just comes and like, I told your friend, fuck off, and you just slash, and this thing just falls down, sort of very, very dramatically collapsing against the cannon, like dead. That's Mazzy. Nothing goes after Mazzy. We go back to the top of the round with.
I think Mazzy might move towards the crab if he can. I can't move his token at the moment.
All right,
just
yeah,
to be
okay, yeah,
a bit
Mazzy
closer to
will move his
Oramis,
full.
just in case.
5, 10, 15, 20,
Okay, grab Mazzy now.
25, 30. Yeah. And then, yes, very end of the round, a young Nathan does sort of like pull his way from underneath the thing. Just like, oh, what the? Oh, okay. Am I needed here?
Yeah, why not?
Probably
It's-
just needs
okay.
to
It's character
stop
building.
asking questions
It's good
and just start
practice.
shooting.
And because he's pulling himself out of this thing, I'll say he still goes after you on your turn, Glyndon. So he appears. That's essentially his thing.
He did originally fail that fear thing for the.
Oh,
warden.
did he?
So I'll do 2 quick wisdom saves for him. I'm guessing an 18 passes.
18, yes, does pass. So,
So he's
yeah,
not-
he
not
would eventually come up. I actually forgot to roll them for Ponsky, but Ponsky rolled a 13 and an 11. So no, Ponsky's still downstairs.
Ponsky is bravely defending the sea elves.
Absolutely,
Exactly.
of
What
course,
is the story he will tell afterwards?
of course. Cool. So Nathan's there. Oramis, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm going to. Let me just double check my spells, see if I've got anything fun. I'm gonna do exactly what I've done before. Shadowblade. on
Shadowblade the crab
Bosh.
does hit.
Sneak attack, please.
Indeed.
19, that's a good roll.
Fuck yeah, that is a good one.
Shadowblade the crab.
25 does hit.
6 damage.
Lethal.
Absolutely lethal.
Lastly, concealed blade bonus action. Oh,
Oi! There we go. Yeah, again,
No.
just hacking away at this sort of like openings in its claws. Like it pulls the other bludgeoning one up in front now, and you manage to just stab inside of it, like between the things, and just twist. And with your hidden blade, just slash down on it. Then another gout of blood pours sort of down its thing, and just roars towards you. For what's that?
Just gonna try and angle around just slightly.
Alrighty.
I know it's relevant, but if I'd have used my, no, this is ignore me.
Cool. Were you thinking about your sneak attack on the crit?
If I'd have used sneak attack on the crit, but I've got more.
Yeah,
Sneak
you would have had
attack.
double sneak attack. You can
Oh.
choose what you use your sneak attack on.
Yeah,
it's
but
always, it's
I
always
didn't.
that gamble, isn't it?
I didn't know that I would hit either of my next
Exactly.
two
You're
shots.
Yeah, you're better off using it the first time you hit in case you miss later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
Kraken Priest is realizing that things are not going very well. Almost all of his people are destroyed. These people are, they're not doing the things that I want them. None of my people are here. So he is going to raise his hand, raise his hand up, and you can see in his hand these, it's almost like this light begins to fall, like, and he just turns it towards you, and these 3 bolts of lightning. First, there is a sort of like bolt of lightning that shoots towards you,
Say
and then
counterspell.
this is not a spell.
No one said counterspell.
I apologize. I said 3. I meant 2. 2 bolts of lightning go towards people. So first of all, he's going to do one against Oramis. Second of all, see, Gylndan would have cover from there. Vishal has been a bit of a problem.
What's
tell
my
you what, no.
what's my cover from?
The water elemental right in front of you, between you and the dragon, between you and him. But he is gonna chance it against you anyway. So first, there's Oramis. So disadvantage, thankfully, because that was a 19. That's a 9 plus 8, 17.
Nice.
17 hit.
Yeah.
17 does hit. And against Gylndan, that's a natural 1. Yeah. Knew we probably shouldn't have done that. So against Oramis, first bolt strikes out. And what's that? That's 2d10. 6. That's 10 points of lightning damage as it strikes you. And then suddenly there's this.
Uncanny dodge.
Yeah. And there's this loud boom. 2 1s on 2d10, and then 2 thunder damage. You are also knocked prone. As it hits you, and then the boom knocks you back prone. But that is him, and he begins to sort of pull on the reins as if to say, "Let's go." Sort of like pulling out, pulls on the reins, and this thing begins to look like it wants to go down, but also seeing things be wounded is very, very interesting. So we'll go Felix. I reckon we can probably get this done before things end.
Okay, we are going to hit this guy with a green flame blade. Where's my flipping sword gone? There it is. A 14. Fucking hell.
14 does just hit.
Oh, thank God for that. Right, so he takes.
Yeah, your blade sort of strikes with green flame. You slash across him, and his whole body just gets incinerated. Just
Cool.
drops, flips over on the deck.
Okay, then I'm going to spin around, and that's why I checked that. I wanted to know what the range was. The range is 40 feet, so I need to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Right. Crabble man. It'd be so much funnier if I hit the crab with this, but oh fuck it, it'd be funnier if I hit the crab. I'm gonna then pull out my pistol and try and shoot the crab.
Oh, okay. All right. You pull out your pistol, which is enlarged with you, so it looks like this massive thing.
Yeah.
And you're gonna try and shoot the crab.
Okay.
Literally.
Just whipping out a cannon.
Come on. I really want this to hit because.
Come on.
Oh, I think that's good.
Oh, yep. 20 is its AC. It hits.
Okay, and I can do this on a weapon attack. It doesn't have to be a melee weapon attack, and there is no size restriction specified on this. I'm going to invoke my fire rune and have the crab restrained by fiery shackles.
Oh, start cooking, baby.
When you hit a creature, you can invoke the rune to summon fiery shackles. The target takes an extra 2d6 fire damage and must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained. So it takes 12 piercing damage.
Bring it to a nice boil.
9 fire damage, and it needs to make a DC 18 strength save or be restrained.
I hear they don't feel pain. That's screaming. That's not pain. It's just
12.
a reaction.
So 12 piercing damage, 9 fire damage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this thing's looking so weak right now. It's like you've blown out one of its eyes with this shot, and all of a sudden, then like these fiery shackles.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be fitting it rolled a 3, isn't it?
They're
yeah,
enormous.
even with its bonuses, which would bring that up to a 14.
Okay.
But that still fails. So yeah, these just suddenly, this thing is like holding on to the edge, like around the side. Its eye suddenly gets blown out, and then you just watch these massive flaming shackles go around each of its pincers. They are huge, brass iron, red, fiery hot, and this priest just like looks like what is this magic? And you can even just hear the roars of the kraken just die down like.
I love it.
I
love it so much.
It is now restrained.
Excellent.
If people don't mind, I reckon we can finish this maybe in the next couple of rounds. Not rounds, sorry, turns.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll say Vaishal is going to dragon, sorry.
Yeah, real quick.
What does the dragon do?
It's going to go here and it's going to use its breath weapon. So, water elemental, crab, and wizard need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Water elemental, crab, and wizard. So, water elemental fails. Crab gets a 16. Does a 16 pass?
No, it's my spell save DC, so it's 18.
Cool. And wizard gets an 18.
So everyone who failed takes 6 cold damage, and the wizard takes 3.
So the wizard takes. Oh my god. They're both so fucking weak. You can literally see like the crab is like just holding on with almost like its elbows. The wizard is like holding on with one hand to this thing. The water elemental looks fine. Cool. Is that everything on
That is
dragon's
everything
turn?
I've done now.
Vaishal is gonna just use his lightning again, just blast the water elemental. It rolled a 2, so it fails, takes average damage. Kaiman, what you doing, buddy? Oh, actually, Crab would then go. Crab attacks Oramis. Actually, the Crab's gonna do 2 things. No, yeah, it's gonna attack Oramis now with disadvantage. That'd be a 22 to hit you, Oramis. Which is then 21 points of bludgeoning damage. Can I get a strength saving throw?
Yeah, you can also take a D8 or 2.
A D8 or 2?
Oh, that's disappointing.
That is incredibly disappointing.
Strength save.
How have you
Natural fail on the strength.
So it physically grabs you. You are now restrained by the
Was that a
crab's
disadvantage? That it managed to grab
bludgeoning
you?
thing. It was a disadvantage, yeah.
That's a shame.
It's going to now that it's got someone in its grip, it's going to use its bonus action to squeeze. So you just take an extra Oh god, that's 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
I hope it was worth it because he also takes 2d8.
Also takes 2d8. Roll me 2d8.
How much is 15?
Yeah, 15. Alrighty.
Oh no!
It's been
So
doing
actually, he
well.
doesn't take the 15 because when you hit him, you lose concentration on the spell, so it cannot take the damage.
But it's hitting,
as
so would
you-
the spell effect not happen at first? Because the
I
spell's...
would say it hits him, and then
Yeah.
the spell effect happens. But because it's hit him, he's lost concentration before that goes off. Is how I would rule that.
Fair enough.
Might change my decision on that later, but
It's
for
a
now that's how I'm
complicated
going
one.
to rule it.
There might be a rolling on it somewhere.
And
but
then
let's crack on.
with you in its grip, it's going to move
It's
I
restrained.
wish I took that.
5.
It's restrained.
Oh, it's restrained. It can't move. Then I'm sorry, buddy. It's going to try and make another attack against you at disadvantage.
Oh, good.
Oh, it's a 15, which I think
It
misses.
doesn't hit. It doesn't hit.
So with you, like in one claw, it's trying to get the other claw in the chains. It's just not working. Kaiman.
Come on, Carmen.
Help me!
It's lunchtime, baby. You can see this
Well,
priest is very, very
it's-
weak.
It's been cooked up
crab.
nicely.
The crab is missing an eye and it has flaming shackles. What would you like to do?
It's moments like this
Steaming
where I wish I
beautiful.
was a barbarian, so I could rip off its arm and beat it. With its own arm.
Honestly, if I hadn't used my action surge earlier, I was going to use that to cast enlarge and pick up a cannon and beat it with that.
Aw.
Unfortunately, enlarge is an action, so I wouldn't have been able to hit it.
Crab's like, you are approaching me. It's like, well, I can't bonk you from over here.
What are you doing? Are you bonking it?
You know, I've given it a lot of thought. And I came to the quick conclusion that it needs a bonk.
All right, roll me an attack roll.
Oh wait, this isn't when I click the weapon. This is
This is where you click the word, where you
Okay.
click your weapon. Yes, you have an advantage as well.
bonk.
Thank God for advantage. That just hits. Roll your smithing gauntlet damage.
I'm cooking it.
Come on, Carmen. You got this.
Ah.
You actually are cooking it as well.
Kaiman, how do you see yourself killing this
Yeah.
massive crab creature?
Hadouken! Just
Yeah,
straight
instead
into
of-
its mouth, and it's like just like my fist is like
burning with fire, sort of thing.
what's that
yeah.
movie? Iron Fist. You know, his fist is all glowy.
Oh, yeah.
So boom, and that makes his other eye pop out.
Yeah,
With
you
the
just
bullets.
like Kaiman just runs up, punches it in the mouth, and then there's just this like glow from inside its mouth, and then all of a sudden there's this eruption of flame. You literally see like steam rise from all the cracks and crevices and slight sort of gaps in its shells and things like that. The other eye like pops out with this gout of fire. This crab quite literally cooks from the inside as you burn it away, and then you pull your thing back, and it just sort of like, because of the fiery shackles that's still on there, it just sort of like sits there on the side of the ship. Like a lot of its weight is on its front, so it just sits there on the side of the ship. Crew are inside. Gylndan, what you doing? You have a water elemental and a kraken priest.
So is the crab like stuck on the side of the ship?
Yeah, the crab is like stuck on the side of the ship. The chain, like the massive fiery chains and its body are basically weighing it to the side of the ship. So this guy is up. He's weak as fuck. There is also a water elemental, which looks pretty okay.
Hmm.
That priest.
Might just go for the old faithful magic missile on the priest.
Not seen magic missile for a little while.
I know, actually,
I
I
haven't
didn't
seen
need
it
to
for a
look
very
through it.
long time.
Well, we'll hit him with. It's been so long I've forgotten how to use it. First level's just 3, right?
Yeah, first level is just 3, and then it's 1.
Okay,
one
I'll
additional
cast it
one
at
token.
second level, hit him with 4. 1,
Alrighty.
2, 3, 4.
It's not bad rolls.
5, 9, 12. Glyndon, how would you like to take out the Kraken Priest? As he's
Nice.
holding onto this chain, there's cracks in his chest. He's looking like, the Kraken demands you stop.
Well, it's going to have to demand a bit harder. And then where I've already done the disintegrate into his chest, just 4 missiles. Straight in.
And first, it's like, when it hits, it's like hitting a stone wall and just dust comes out. So, and then the last one literally just like goes through, and you can see it's pretty much turned like most of his innards there and bone to stone. And he falls back, flips off the side of the boat, lands. In his falling back and flipping, you can see the golden medallion he had on his chest sort of remains just at the top of the thing. For the sake of brevity, the water elemental will then immediately take its turn. As it is technically, I guess, controlled by him, it immediately takes its turn to just rush off the side of the boat. Like we'd go through the rounds. It has like over 100 hit points. It has about 80 hit points left. So I don't think we're getting through that in one turn. But it immediately sort of like swashes like, and then immediately charges off the side of the ship, splashes into the water, almost like it's going for this thing's aid, or for this dude's aid, even though he's dead. And the ship goes quiet. I guess quiet. It's slightly leaning to one side as it's got a massive crab on one side, and you can see this golden medallion sort of just floating in the water where it's come off as he's flipped off the ship.
I scoop that up with my big beast hand.
Yes, of course you can. Just like on one finger, you just scoop it up, and it almost like comes around, floats over to you, drops in your hand. It's pretty heavy. It's a big sort of like large, sort of like that big golden medallion, blue gem in the middle. And I guess we'll end the session there. Thank you all for running a little later for me. But there is a massive, very well cooked crab on the side of your ship. And I'm excited. Meat is very much back on the menu.
I'm reluctant